meanwhile by weather, so hopefully the Bubba Pollard family can get everything in. And a reminder, Derek, again, this points championship is $75,000 to win. It's for perfect attendance, right? It says 50 on your screen, but keep in mind, with perfect attendance, the champion gets $75,000. So the Bobby Pierce, Jason Fager. Is Jason Fager going to Lernerville in August? Is that going to happen?
He's top 2 in points. He's got to be there. I don't know what the Mars schedule looks like, but it's a midweek show. Get your butt out to PA, come back.
He can run a Mars race, yeah.
That's what happens with rainouts. You never know what's going to happen when you only have 10 to 12 races scheduled. He's leading the points. They're all in the lane of Lincoln so far. He was here. He was good back in May, almost won, as Devin Moran passed him late, so let's have to wait and see.
Derek, here's this Dalton Wilson fathead that I alluded to. These are all over the property. They call him Big Perm. That is big perm. That's down in the pits. And if you're walking around the pit area, there are fatheads littered throughout the property. Check them out. It's one of the great traditions of this event.
Yeah, I can't remember what the first one was, but we've had some good ones. We've had a couple drivers get a little antsy towards us, but it's all good fun. And the whole world's made of memes now, Ricky.
That's right.
So we got to do it too.
Derek, I mentioned earlier, normally we have Dylan Scott Skype. Tonight he will be live on set with us. Ben and DJ will be in the tower after our first commercial break. And we've got not just industry headlines. It's been a hell of a month in dirt late model racing. We're going to talk about all of that. Castrol FloRacing Night in America from America's Dirt Track, our home track. We will be back after a quick set of commercial breaks.
Shiny, clean. Less sludge? Those chairs are for you, Rosa, because Rocket's still running like a dream thanks to you and the sludge-protecting power of Castrol GTX Ultra Clean. Castrol GTX Ultra Clean in. Garage swagger on.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
The fastest growing name in the motorsport industry is the Racer's brand of safety gear and apparel. Winners wear K1.
With 45 years of experience, Buzzy Racing has mastered the art of drivetrain specialties, spanning from dirt to asphalt tracks. You're not just a customer, but a valued member of our family, embraced by the tradition and passion embedded in every Buzzy build. We cover everything from rebuilding and selling drivetrain components, offering custom Buzzy parts, steering box services, and ensuring top-notch maintenance and support for braking systems. We are committed to excellence in helping racers maintain a competitive edge on the track. Get it Buzzy built.
Slider through 1 and 2. Herb looks back to his inside. Dennis Herb Jr., your leader, down the back straightaway.
Down the back straightaway, they make contact. Davenport going to run to the high side. Herb on the bottom. They come down with the white flag. Superman slips up, and here he comes. One final go at it. Ben Schell, bring us home, baby.
Down the other through 3 and 4. It's Herb on the hub. Here comes Superman. Davenport up top. He makes contact. More contact through 3 and 4. It's a drag race back to the line, and the winner tonight at Fairbury, Superman Jonathan Davenport.
Derek, Fairbury Speedway, the only racetrack in the country that is a 6-time, it's like the Bulls, DirtOnDirt.com Race of the Year award winner. That was one of them. 2015 PDC, JD over Dennis Herb Jr., last corner, last lap. That night, one of the more memorable in the history of the Prairie Dirt Classic. Welcome back to Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota. Derek, I said it, 6-time Race of the Year award winner. I want your honest opinion. What makes it so special here? What makes it so different? Why does this place keep producing races like that?
It's like what Bob Pierce said a few years ago. It's Fairbury. You got the cushion on the top with the ring on the bottom, and then you got it slick where the guys can make the slide jobs happen. And I don't know what's in the water those final 5 laps to get your beer. You're going to see a good finish, and there always is. It seems like very, very close finishes. I mean, the 2019 race wasn't even a race of the year. It was, one of the top 5, but it did not win it. And, of course, that was dramatic fashion. And, of course, that 2015 JD one was one of the most memorable, and that was the end of a three-peat there. We had 13, 14, and 15. But we've only had 2 since 15, so we got to.
So we're on a little bit of a drought.
Yeah, drought. I mean, I guess Bama doesn't win every year.
2 and 2 in 9 years.
Yeah, we're good.
One of the most unique places to announce a race from and observe a race from is the front stretch announcing tower here at Fairbury. It looks directly over the racetrack. And when I tell you this, I mean, I'm going to recreate it. You are slipping out looking over the racetrack like this. I have no doubt that our good friends Ben Shelton, Dustin Jarrett, and Mike Norris will be up at the tower all weekend. I think we got Ben and DJ right now. Guys, I know how pumped you are to be at Fairbury. Don't crook your neck too hard looking over that racetrack tonight. I look forward to having you guys, joining you all night long here live from Fairbury.
Well, we're very excited to be here. We're glad that Mother Nature is not here. As hello, everybody. We're great to be here. Ben Shelton, Dustin Jarrett, and yeah, Mike Norris is going to be joining me up here. Mike had this thing today. They call it a job, DJ, and he was over at Dyer's Top Rides and got off work. He's going to be joining me up here. You're going to be heading to the infield. We got, of course, Michael and Derek, Dylan Scott. Man, it's a great day. I got up out of the motorhome to let the dog outside about 6:30 a.m., and it was thundering, and I was like, man, don't do this to us again. Thankfully, it did not. It rained throughout the day, but Matt Curl and his staff, they were ready for it. They got this racetrack ready, and we're even going to be starting on time.
Yeah, actually, what you told me was the dog got up to let you out of the motorhome at 6:30 first and foremost. But no, this view, Michael Rigsby hit the nail ahead. This, where we're standing, is one of the most unique views in Rigsby, because you're almost standing over top of the racetrack. You and Mike Norris will be up here calling this. I'll be down in the infield as well, trying to get the backstretch rowdies going. And believe me, it doesn't take much here at Fairbury Speedway. We're up to, as they mentioned, 63 entries in the pit area. A few surprises, a few guys we didn't have on our bingo card. Guys like Tyler Millwood coming up, Kyle Strickler behind the wheel of the Alan Wilson 61Z. I mean, again, just a we say it all the time, truly an eclectic mix of cars. And as you'd mentioned, this is now at 63 cars, the highest car count officially, as long as we get to run, and it looks like we're going to, for a Castrol FloRacing Night in America event.
Yeah, it was 56 at Spoon River 2 years ago. So at the Illinois Speed Week. So yeah, a new record on that. Racetrack looks great. And one division tonight, DJ. We are going to have All-Star Performance qualifying after Dirt Draft Hot Laps, of course. We'll have 6 heat races, 3 B mains, a 50-lap feature. There's the W. That means winner. I thought it was an L out there.
It's not
W.
got my Cardinals banner up here yet.
That's why it's got the W on it. And yeah, we're up here. We are not in solitary confinement. It gets warm up here, so they have the windows covered. They'll get it uncovered momentarily. But there's a lot coming up on Flow as well, DJ, not just tonight, but as we really get into the thick of this racing season, there's so many cool things to check out on FloRacing.
Absolutely. We encourage everyone at home to check it out. Let's throw that graphic up there and see what is upcoming on FloRacing. As you will see, Short Track Super Series, Brett Deo's Big Block Modifieds at Autodrome Granby, Le RPM Speedway as they do the, like how I did that, the Northern Tour, Mohawk and Cornwall, both of which are right there on the border as well. Indiana Sprint Week, of course, with our good friends at USAC. Amanda, USAC just had a tremendous year this year. Indiana Sprint Week, one of their biggest weeks of the entire season. The Pro Drag Racing Association's Northern Nationals coming up here in just about a week. American Flat Track at Black Hills and Sturgis. That ought to be fun. And then, of course, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We're back in action in a couple weeks at the North-South 100 at the King Family's Florence Speedway.
So all that's coming up. And again, tonight, 20,000 win. This is round 3 of Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota here in 2024. And Jason Fager again, can he get his first series win? He's your point leader. We're going to find out later tonight, DJ.
I like the fact you and I talked about it off camera real quick, and we'll send it back to Michael and Derek. Fager leaves here still with the points leader, maybe even second, and then Jason Fager goes to Lernerville. Michael, Derek, I don't know. There's something about me that really loves the thought of Jason Fager rolling into Lernerville Speedway for a midweek show in August.
We mentioned it right before you guys went on air, and thank you, Ben and DJ, so much that he almost has to. Like, do I got to chip in a little, Derek? Can you donate your night's proceeds to help get Jason to
Lernerville? Oh, easily. We got to. If he's leading the points, he's got to go. And yeah, we said earlier he had such a great run in May. I expect him to, put on a show here tonight. But hey, high side hustler never gets to go to Lernerville because of the Summer Nationals.
Derek, we normally use this part of our program to talk about the industry headlines of the
Not
week,
many
right?
lately.
The top 2 or 3 industry headlines that have happened this week. I wanted to pivot a little bit. There has been so much go on in dirt late model racing. It's only July. It's not like it's November or December. I said, let's take a look, and the great Kevin Kovac helped us put this together. Let's take a look at everything that's happened in dirt late model racing since the start of the year with our industry headline segment, all dirt late model focused. Suave, we've got 5 of them right here. Let's quickly talk through these. It has been a wild season, starting with Tiregate, and people forget about that. There was another tire incident. There's been so much other stuff happen. Nobody really cares about, everything that happened with Bobby and all that earlier this year. That's water.
All those guys,
now.
Water under the bridge. They're smooth sailing. Both those guys, or at least Devin Moran and Bobby Pierce, have dominated so far this season. So they had a little bad news early in the season. Now they're just under the radar.
Rocket 1 had a driver change this year, Suave. People forget
that was
about,
like a day later.
People forget about that as well. That was all within a 72-hour stretch. Tim McCready now in the Rocket House car. It started the season with Hudson O'Neal. If I had only told you the first 2 things it happened in the season, you wouldn't believe me. And then Turbo decides, you know what, I'm going to drop off the Lucas Tour, and I'm going to go the Fun Tour, as he calls it, and he's been out there just dominating the UMP Summer Nationals, 12 or 13 victories on that tour. It's been a resurgent summer for the 1 car.
Yeah, he wins the Summer National points, joining the likes of Don O'Neill, Shannon Babb, Billy Moyer, Scott Bloomquist, wins a Hell Tour title. And he's currently the most recent winner in dirt late model with a big-time win at Davenport, with a good field there up in Iowa.
Of course, you have Turbo changing course. Chris Madden, for health reasons, steps away from the World of Outlaws Tour. I think Madden may be shifting the career focus for him a little bit. There's some stuff going on there. I think that people will find out soon.
Yes.
Chris Madden.
That's a teaser.
Doing a little more than racing. That's called a teaser at home, folks. And, of course, just the most recent one, the SSI Motorsports drama. Ricky Thornton out, Hudson O'Neal in. Ricky Thornton driving for Kohler Motorsports. He's been in the thick of it every single night that he's competed with them. Derek, all 5 of these things have basically happened since Speed Weeks. February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months we've had those storylines.
We have 5 more months where shenanigans can happen. And also, Hudson O'Neal's in the SSI this weekend, and then next weekend, Hudson was supposed to be in the Rumley car. That's where Ricky Thornton Jr. is. He's driving for Kevin Rumley. So a lot of driver swap going on.
Kevin Rumley has got his very comfortable spot down there in the pits where his 4-leaf clovers are in the pit area. He's got his device fathead. Jacqueline, his wife, is from Canada. She's got a Canadian flag flying down there. K-Rum settling into the weekend already.
So. Yeah, one of his favorite places. He's even raced for a pizza one time.
We did pay him a pizza to show up one time.
He did show up. They didn't win that night, but they've had some success here. Won it twice. Can he become a 3rd-time car owner winner with a 3rd different driver? We'll have to wait and see.
We're going to step away and take one more commercial break. A little bit of a stir at the bottom of the bus. That's what happens when you've got a rising country music star about to join us on set. Dylan Scott will be with us on set live from Fairbury after this commercial break. You're watching Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota. Back after this.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download in Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
Looking for a competitive edge at the track? Trust Sweet Manufacturing for top-of-the-line steering components. Since 1978, we are proud to be employee-owned and carrying on the tradition of quality racing parts. Our state-of-the-art CNC machines allow us to craft the best possible parts for your race car. Don't settle for second best. Let us turn your wheels and choose Sweet Manufacturing for all your racing needs. Find your competitive edge at sweetmanufacturing.com.
Marler's there, Shepard's there. They're waiting for Bobby Pierce to make a mistake. He won't. 2 to go, Rick. As Bobby Pierce continues to show the way here in the Prairie Dirt Classic. This time, Shepard again a good run. He'll come down for the white flag in the 30th Prairie Dirt Classic. Bobby Pierce slipped up. Here comes Shepard. He might have it some for him. Down the front straightaway. Bring us home, Rick. Here we go.
It's the final lap as Shepard has done it. He has spanked the horse.
Oh, my
and he's
God.
coming after Pierce.
Oh, my
We're gonna
God.
have a showdown. Slide job in turn number 4 by Shepard. Pierce
Oh,
on the
no.
wall. Shepard cuts him off. Checker flip. Shepard
Oh,
wins.
my
Shepard
God.
wins.
Derek, I will never forget
Oh my God.
watching watching the 2019 Prairie Dirt Classic, the final few laps, and you could visually see Brandon Shepard catching him. That's one of my probably 5 greatest racing memory swab of all
That's
time.
up there for me for sure. You also could visibly see some beer thrown in the air by me when he passed Bobby Pierce there, and we dubbed ourselves world champions as a sponsor of the Rocket One. I was very happy that night.
But when you say you're a sponsor of Rocket One, you have a sticker on the car that I think he puts on there for free. I'm not sure that's a sponsorship.
It's called Team Morale, so it's basically I'm basically part of the team, Michael. Come on.
Derek, we had a very special guest here between us tonight. Normally, we have this guy virtual over Skype. He's usually sitting in his car or tending to his cattle or ranch or whatever he's got going. But we are incredibly honored tonight to have the great Dylan Scott with us. Dylan, you're able to make it work in your amazingly busy schedule. First question I wanted to ask you, because I've kind of tooled you around the golf cart today, and you've been to the local diner. First impression of Fairbury Speedway, Dylan Scott, what is it?
I don't think I've ever been to a place like this, man. I mean, it's truly is special. I've always wanted to come here, and I didn't, I guess, understand the layout of the place, you know? I mean, we're right in the middle of town. The houses are there. You can go up to, like you said, to the diner. You can take a golf cart wherever you want to go. I mean, it's really is. This is really cool.
The black dirt.
Yeah.
People are, you're a guy from the South, right? People are always struck by how black the dirt is. And you can see it over our shoulder right now. We had an aerial shot earlier, Tiffany. My friends from the South say, I think you could plant corn in it right now and it would grow immediately. Were you struck by that when you got
the first
here?
thing I asked you is, man, is this the dirt that's here? Did y'all bring this in or what? Because, yeah, I mean, not used to seeing this where I'm from, you know, especially Tennessee and Louisiana.
Right.
You got that good red, sticky dirt. But this is awesome, dude. I'm really excited to be here and watch the race tonight. I think it's going to be hammered down with the weather we've had today. It should be good.
Swap, what do you?
Well, yeah, were you expecting this place to be so tight, like just crammed? I mean, you have people in every nooks and cranny. You got people parked at the school, houses, you know, going up for sale for the week and having people Airbnb. It's they love this racing here in Fairbury.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. You know, I'm looking out here now, all the campers and the people, and it really is special, dude. I mean, I go to tracks all over the country, and we've been to some great ones, you know, but I've never really seen an atmosphere like I'm seeing here today.
We talked about, before you hopped on air, Dylan, industry headlines. And we talked about 5 headlines in dirt late model racing. And if people don't know, this dude knows dirt late model racing, okay? I want to be very clear. He's not a casual fan. He was talking about Shannon Babb and swing arm Rayburns in like the 90s. He knows this stuff. You know, Ricky Thornton Jr. team switch, Rocket One team switch, Tyler Erb drops off. It's been a wild and woolly headline season in dirt late model racing. And for a guy that I know you're on the road, you follow it as much as you can, I think it's been kind of fun from that perspective. There's been a lot of drama in our sport this year.
It's been great. I mean, look, I mean, I wouldn't want to be on that side of it because I mean, it's probably a lot of stuff we don't know and probably a lot of stress going on there. But hey, from a fan's perspective, yeah, it's been super exciting. Yeah. The racing's been good, and I don't know, man. I enjoy all of it, so it's really cool.
One thing I know, obviously, you're a rising country music star, and really, I think at this point, a bona fide country music star. So many of the themes of country music, I feel like, are kind of about places like Fairbury, right? The themes of what you wrote about, our anthem, right? This town's been too good to us. I can't help but think about this place when I hear it and I sing it. As you've been kind of taking all this in today, do you kind of feel that a little bit, that a lot of the themes of what you talk about and write about, Dylan, are happening right here in this town?
I think so, man. I've mentioned to a buddy of mine I have with me, I said, dude, I feel like I'm in Mayberry. You know, Andy Griffith show, Mayberry. Like, this is, which is when I think America. Andy Griffith's show, Mayberry. What an awesome show. But it's like this is that, dude. It feels like America.
Yeah.
You know, like I said a while ago, the energy's here. The way y'all run this place and have everything laid out is so cool. It's such an event. And like I said, I just couldn't be more happy to be here and see it.
We appreciate it. Swab, go ahead.
All right, winner. Who's winning?
Yeah, I'd like that. I'm going to put him on
We got 63.
hot spot right now.
Yeah.
Who's winning this thing? You can pick tonight and Saturday. You can pick either one you want.
I'll tell you this. I think who wants to win this more than anything, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think, given everything he's been through, the one thing, though, Bobby, this is the missing crown jewel from his resume.
Okay.
He's been passed on the last lap, right? He's blown motors. He's had to start 24th. He may not say it, Derek Kessinger. That 32 car gets pissed when we tell him he's not won this race in his home state. He wants this one back.
I really legit think, I was telling Mike Norris last week, the announcer here, I said, I feel like if he wins this year, the Prater Classic, I don't think there'll be many boos. He's had too many heartbreaks and too many crazy circumstances at this racetrack. We had tire gate when he was 12 when we allegedly moved the tires out.
He was 16 years old.
Whole bunch of stuff has happened to him. So Bobby Pierce wants to win this, but yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. Damn,
but Bobby's on a roll too.
Yes, that's right.
Bobby's tough right now. It's going to be really hard, but it should be exciting.
Dylan, you just saw that shot there of the drivers looking at the racetrack. You promoted a track back in the day. I want to know, because I feel like obviously you're a bit of a celebrity status. Did they complain to you even as a promoter back then? Dylan, you got to do this. Dylan, you got to do the track. Or were they still hammering you?
No doubt, dude. They wasn't worried about anything, And so I did promote a track for a while, and it was a lot of fun, and I do miss it sometimes.
Yeah.
It was one of the highlights of my life, dude. It really was. But at the end of the day, I love being a fan. But yeah, they didn't care if I had 4 or 5 number ones or not. They were coming up to me going, "Hey, what's up with this, man?" I'm like,
Garth Brooks could have been the promoter. It wouldn't have mattered, right?
Hey, kudos to all the promoters out there.
There we go. They get some love today. I like
positive
they
message.
Need it.
I wanted to show this graphic, too, to kind of illustrate what Dylan up here. Average car count. We're going to be pushing 70 late models, I think, this weekend. The last 5 years in our sport, we took all the crown jewels, took the COVID year out, right? Because obviously 2020 was a little weird. Tiffany, let's throw that up. These are the average car counts in our sport the last 5 years for crown jewels. Prater Classic only trails the World 100 in the Dream. 98 average World 100 Dream, Derek. We're right there, third in the country with 70 car average the last 5 years. I think that speaks, Suave, to the growth of this event. And people like Dylan going, hey, I think I want to go there, right?
Yeah, we're right in the middle. 61's the low. I think we're going to surpass that, so the numbers should go up. And then the high for the Dirt Late Model Dream, 114 out of any crown jewels, the highest. Yeah. And I think that was when we had the million. I would say would
the
be
week of the million.
Week of the million. Yeah. So, but the World 100 and the Dream, that's going to be hard to top. But to see it past World Finals and the North-South 100 and the dirt track, that's pretty impressive what Matt Curl and the gang has done here at Fairbury.
Dylan, final question before we let you go and go to break. I'm going to put the over-under at 40 people ask me, what does he drink? I'm bringing him a drink. What does he drink? I'm bringing him a drink.
Oh, boy.
For all these people watching, can these guys want to buy you a drink?
They want to buy me a drink.
They want to buy you a beer, a whiskey.
They'll hand you, a Busch Light, no doubt. But if you're not a Busch Light guy,
what can we get you this weekend?
We've got a Busch Light in the golf cart right now. I mean, look, here's the deal. I'm not going to turn down anything, right? I hate Fireball. I'll go ahead and put that out there for you.
Okay, that's good to know.
So what not to get them? There we go.
Yeah, don't give me Fireball. But other than that, hey, let's have a good time. I'm here for it. So,
Dylan, we appreciate you being here so much,
y'all.
man. Enjoy yourself this weekend.
Yes,
Be a race fan. You're no concerts, just let this man hang out and have fun at Fairbury this weekend. We got Josh Maguire coming up on the other side of the break. You're watching Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota, live from America's Dirt Track. We'll be back after this.
Dave Poske's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and racers from all across the country since 1978, and they are the home to Hoosier Tire, Ohio Valley, and Octane Race Products. Stop in and shop all of the nation's top brands, including Winner's Performance, Willwood Brakes, Bill Stein Shocks, Hyperco Springs, Maxima Race Oils, Impact Safety Equipment, along with hundreds of others. You can also visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Poske.com as we ship UPS and truck freight daily. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers all across the country since 1978.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s. We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
Make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.
As Dale McDowell stretches it into the second spot, but it's Bab by car length. 2 to go off turn number 4.
Half a mile to go, the Chickamauga, Georgia. Dale McDowell now. He'll pull to the bumper of Shannon Bab down the front stretch. He'll work to his inside over in turns 1 and 2. White flag the next time by, Ben.
I think we're going to see a power move by McDowell as the white flag waves. He's letting it coast out a little bit. White flag in there. They're side by side at the line. It's Bab by a nose. McDowell in second. Now Bobby Pierce looks to the inside. McDowell inches ahead. Now here comes Bab. Final time in 3 and 4.
They were 3 wide in 1 and 2. McDowell's going to try the inside. Bobby Pierce on the bottom. Not enough. The Moweaqua Missile wins a thriller for the 24th Annual Prairie Dirt Classic. Oh, showcase here tonight at Falls.
Swab, that is the one that started it all. Prairie Dirt Classic goes to a national event. Credit to Gunnar Sullivan and Matt Curl for having the dream to make that happen in 2013. Shannon Babb, Dale McDowell, and Bobby Pierce. Dale McDowell's only appearance ever at Fairbury Speedway. I can't get him to come back. Bobby Pierce, by the way, that was when he was a catfish. People forget Pierce started his career running the bottom of the racetrack.
That's why I got the nickname Smooth Operator, you know?
Yeah, it's
the opposite now. He can run both, but he prefers the Cush.
Yeah, it was back in the day. Forget the 32 car when he was a 15, 16-year-old kid used to run the bottom of the racetrack. Welcome back to Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota. Dustin Jarrett and Ben Shelton already took us through the upcoming races that's coming this week, so I feel like we can slide past that. And, you know, he may not be Dylan Scott, but he is a big celebrity in the dirt late model. I feel like we've reinvigorated Josh Maguire's celebrity.
Ever since I got him on the Suave Talk last November, I think his popularity boomed up there. Where are they now? I wish he was still racing. He was always a pleasure to watch and cover.
Josh Maguire joins us now via Skype. Josh, I want to know, we got Dylan Skype here live, right? Was there any part of you that was thinking, well, if Dylan's going, I've got to go to the PDC, or were there just too many dad responsibilities, Josh, for you to handle to be able to do this?
That was it. Too many dad responsibilities to get out there this week. It's one of those ones that are on my list, although not to drive, although I would love to drive out there and race out there, but it is on my list to eventually get out to the PDC.
Josh, when I say Fairbury Speedway, what is the first thing that comes to mind for you when I say Fairbury?
Amazing racing. One of the best racing tracks there is. There's so many different grooves and lines that you can use. It changes throughout the night. It's one of the most exciting places for me to watch, which is why as a driver, it would have been one of the most exciting places for me to be, especially this weekend there, because you can just move anywhere on the track.
Did you ever get close to coming? I think you told me in a text message, maybe you were on your way one time but never made it. Was it dangerously close to getting the 41 here ever?
It was very close. We were out there. There was like a speed week or summer. I can't remember what we were doing for the week. And one time we wrecked the night before and destroyed a car at Spoon River. Another one we rained out. Another one we were racing on Friday and we blew a motor and didn't have another one, so we had to go home. So it just always like that bad luck that I never made it to Fairbury. I was always like on the way and then never got to actually run a lap.
Does this racetrack fit Josh Maguire driving
style?
style?
Would you be good here? That's a good question.
Would you be on the bottom of the hub or what?
I would love it. Oh, you know I'd be down on that inside, the swing arm Rayburn, rocking down. Looked like John Forrest shifting gears down that straightaway, man.
We talk so much about one of the reasons this track is famous is the atmosphere. And I think Dylan saw that when he got up here on the bus and looked over the sea of campers. And nobody's in the stands yet because everybody's tailgating on a Wednesday afternoon. Does that matter to drivers? I believe it does. I believe one of the reasons we're going to have 70 cars here this weekend is because of that atmosphere, and they want to experience it. Do you think it matters? You sat in the seat. Do you care about that kind of stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, there's a whole nother side to racing, and that's merchandise. As a driver, that is your income, right? And a bigger crowd is more chances for merchandise to sell that merch. Also, the atmosphere is just like Eldora, right? You want to be there. You want to experience it. Even if you're not racing, you're going to go. And if you are, you're going anyway. So you might as well take a race car, which helps bring that car count up, which helps make the crowd. And you can feel the crowd. Like when you're in the pits and you can see all the people moving, there is more pressure on you to perform. I mean, there's another more reason to win. And everybody loves at the end of the night to go to that bank and cash that big check.
Yeah, and of course, the huge storyline has to be Bobby Pierce.
Absolutely.
He's been so damn close winning this race. He's been hot as a pistol. When a driver can't win the big one at a certain racetrack, does that get to him and then they start thinking about it? I thought maybe a few times Dale Earnhardt, the Daytona 500, kind of always had in the back of his mind, like, man, am I ever going to win this? Do you think Bobby Pierce feels the same way for the Prairie Dirt Classic?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He wants to win right there in front of his home state crowd, his people. That's his kind of track, right?
That's right.
You said earlier, when he was a bottom feeder earlier, now he's a cushion, always in the cushion in the top, but you still have that ability to move, and he's putting that extra pressure on himself because it's the Dale Earnhardt Daytona 500. It's that moment. You're going to be up front. Will all the cards align for you to win it?
Josh, we talked about this earlier, the crazy season that it's been in dirt late model racing. And you've been on a few of these pre-race shows with us where I've said, hey, can you believe what happened this week? Ricky Thornton, hey, can you believe what happened this week? Do you ever remember in your career doing this and in your time in the sport, do you ever remember a season like this? It's only July, Josh. From March to July, a hell of a lot of stuff has happened in our industry.
No. I don't remember ever a season where there was this much news off of the racetrack, especially, let alone all of the races and all of the people winning and all the different things going on. But it has been so active. And if you are a journalist in the dirt racing world right now, stories for days going on. You got plenty of work. You're not having to do too much to figure out what you want to talk about because every week it's a major highlight, which is great because that pulls some of us who have pulled out or not involved as heavily as we was. It's starting to spark us back in because we're trying to figure out what's going on. Great time for dirt late model racing as far as that goes.
And then the event like this, you had last week at Huset's, didn't get too big of a car count, it's kind of out of the way. The Outlaws were off a Eastern swing, so a couple of them went out there. Is it nice, though, as a casual fan now watching, to see all the heavy hitters coming to one spot? I feel like we had it for a while where they would all come, and then this year it's been kind of iffy. But at least this weekend and next weekend, at least, you're going to have all the big dogs at the big races.
It does matter. It does matter. If I'm going to go watch a race, I want to see all the fast guys there as a fan, right? As my chance to see everyone, to meet everyone, to see the top of the top do it and go head-to-head at the same racetrack at the same time. I love that. As a driver, I like that because that's when I made sure I took an extra week to prepare for that race, because I knew it was going to be that much more difficult to make that feature. And first you got to make that feature before you ever think about winning that feature.
Last couple things, Josh. Quickly, your PDC storylines on your mind, what are they?
What is the track going to do? How long will I be on the bottom versus the top? Storyline 1, tires. Storyline 2. Storyline 3, how am I going to outrun those three fast guys of Hood, RTJ, and Bobby Pierce?
Yeah, I think those are the clear favorites coming into it. Final note for you that I've got here that I want you to tell your beautiful wife, Tracy, this. I had somebody reach out to me after the last pre-race show, and they said to me, is Josh Maguire single? They said,
wow.
I know he has kids, but is he single? He's pretty cute, and I enjoy listening to his interviews. So I want you to tell your wife, Tracy, that, listen, you're getting hit on out there, Josh, for goodness sake.
Still got it.
I'm a keeper, buddy. I am a keeper.
All right. Please tell Tracy that, okay? She'll love that tonight.
I will.
So,
I'm definitely telling her that. For sure.
Josh Maguire, we
sure.
appreciate it, buddy. Derek, it's always great to have Josh on. It's you can kind of start to feel it build here tonight, right? It's Wednesday night, and energy slower earlier in the day because normally this is a 2-day event, not a 3 or 4-day event. People are starting to get off work and really fill this place in.
Yeah, people still got to work. They can't use all their vacation days for the week.
Only you and I get to come, right?
Yeah, so you know it's going to be a little bit rowdy tonight. Then Thursday will get more amped up. Then Friday when you have a showcase prelim feature, and then Saturday about 5 p.m. at this exact time, it's going to be just electric city. Yeah. That first B-main rows out, and a lot of guys here don't have provisionals, so when those B-mains are out for that first time, it's just a sight to behold, and I cannot wait to get this party started with the Castrol race. It's going to be fun.
Derek, obviously the rain we had earlier today, I think that the track's going to need a little extra work. We might not hit 6:15 in hot laps as I look over my shoulder, but we just might as well. Having said all that, we're going to step away and take another quick commercial break. We will be back on the pre-race show, Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota, live from the bus at Fairbury Speedway. Back after this.
I have terrible vision. I got hooked up with Death Ridge, and being able to see when you're racing is pretty important. Glare is somewhat of a big deal, and with these, there's really no glare at all. They just fit really well. They don't go over your ear. They just go straight around your head. Full believer in them. I feel like they help a lot compared to what I'm used to. I have nothing but good to say about them.
I'll just put it this way, we'll be back. With the hard work of Mark Richards and all the people at Rocket, we'll be back.
Your opening night winner at East Bay Raceway Park is going to be Tyler Erb. Ashton Winger gets it done on a Tuesday night at East Bay. But it's going to be the Reaper out of Marshalltown, Iowa. His first career win in the Lucas Oil Late Monitored Series. But it's going to be Hudson O'Neal getting his first win. Back-to-back winner at East Bay Raceway Park. Hudson O'Neal wins it. $20,000 later, Alligator. Hudson O'Neal wins it in one.
The fastest growing name in the motorsport industry is the Racers brand of safety gear and apparel. Winners wear K1.
The Fairbury Speedway pack trucks on the surface right now. Hot laps slated for 6:15 tonight, Derek. It was a pretty heavy rain shower earlier. I'm going to guess we're more in that. I don't want to, I never, Chad and Roger.
No.
I never want to
until it gets to 6:15, you can't say it.
I never want to second guess Chad and Roger. We might be just a little bit later tonight, understandably. So it was very fun to fill out our Dirt Draft lineups tonight. Don't forget Dirt Draft, the official fantasy racing partner of FloRacing Night in America and all of FloRacing for that matter. If you sign up tonight for Dirt Draft, free t-shirt. If you're watching right now,
get those burner accounts rolling.
And not a Dirt Draft member, if you sign up right now, here are our lineups tonight. Every time I see yours after looking at mine, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have had him in there. How do you stack lineups against
I got a couple guys, though, that maybe might not make the show. Cade Dillard, he's been solid all year, but, Kyle Hammer will be the deciding factor. If he gets in with those guys, I'll be good to go. And then I like your McKay Winger pick. He's coming in hot after winning the previous two Fairbury local shows, so he's including a 5-grand show.
It's actually 3 Fairbury shows.
3 in a row.
1 in a row. Yeah, some notes that I wanted to hit on, and again, thanks to our good friends at Dirt Draft. My first note, Derek, you can see it on my screen. I'm not taking it from you. Sneaky good this year has been McKay Winger. And for those that don't know at home, McKay Winger grew up how close to this racetrack, Derek?
Right over there, down the road, south first.
He is as local gets. McKay has been excellent. 8 wins on the year, 3 wins in a row at Fairbury coming in. He's now driving for Amanda and Doug Curlis. I talked to McKay a little bit this week. he is as confident as he has ever been about winning a Fairbury event in a Prairie Dirt Classic. How do you feel about that?
Last year he was leading one of those prelim features and broke. Him and Shane Babbler battling it out there for, I think, the first prelim. And also last weekend, he went down south with the Mars Series with the backup car, kept the car he loves here at Fairbury, and the one he's won majority of the features in on ice. He's bringing it out here tonight. He's hoping for a good run to kick off his week here at Fairbury.
I think another storyline tonight for me is Star Power has returned. Jonathan Davenport will be back this weekend for the Prairie Dirt Classic. Devin Moran is back. By the way, going to Tyler Reddick's wedding tomorrow and returning for the PDC Thursday and Friday. Tim McCready is back after a 4 or 5 year absence. All of those guys, former winners of this event, who have dabbled in and out in the previous few years. I think that's elevated the week a little bit, getting some of that star pop back here to Fairbury.
JD's not tonight, right? He's
no, JD's
Friday,
this week,
Saturday.
yes,
so he's probably watching at home, feeding the cattle. I don't know what he's doing, but the funny thing is we act like he hasn't been here for so long. I think he only missed last year. I did look at the records and stats, and he was here in 22 and 21. So JD, we love to have you back. Let's get you back on that false cushion. I think with a good run back at May, a top 5 run, he's like, okay, I can come back here. Maybe the track does have my driving style in it just a little bit.
Admittedly, Jonathan has told me after falling in love with this place in 2015, JD's been very blunt with me that it's not really his kind of racetrack anymore, and he kind of fell out of love with Fairbury. I'm with you. I think he saw how his car sort of operated here back in May, and he goes, you know what? I'm going to sell a lot of merchandise.
Yep.
I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Yep.
We're going to go to Cedar Lake. I'm going to give Fairbury a shot again.
Yeah, and he's not going to be here tonight, but he'll be here for the weekend, and that guy doesn't need too much practice. I think there'll be some teams out here trying to get a fine-tune it up for the Friday, Saturday show, but he's fine. He's a natural, former champion. He can do it all.
I think another thing for me is earlier this year, we make no bones about it, the last 10 to 12 laps of that Lucas Oil race that was here in May, the track didn't hold up. They all went to the bottom, and it really started taking rubber at the end. That is rare here. This track crew has relentlessly tried to figure out what's different about the surface or the tires or any of that. They have worked their ass off, candidly, to figure that out. It was old school Fairbury 1 week ago for that local show. You had Mike Spatola and McKay Winger texting me and saying, love it, love the heavy, wet cushion. You had Jason Fager saying,
that just shows his age.
Yeah.
Shows his age. Come
Jason
on, Fager, the high side. No,
Jason Fager saying, I'm not sure I like that old school Fairbury. I believe they've got a little more retro right now.
Hey, I'm all about retro. I remember growing up, you would get no dust. All you get was mud clots going into turn 3. I don't know. I just think the racing is better when it's wet like that. Yeah. And then the last 20, 25 laps, we can start to slick it off. But, these fans love to see a little carnage coming out of 2 as, guy jumping the cushion. And then all of a sudden, Dennis Erb Jr. on the bottom, he's, coming up on the racetrack. It provides great tight quarters racing, but it provides awesome racing as well with that type of racing.
If you're just tuning in again, over 60 cars. And actually, before we get to that, Swab, this is such a cool thing about Fairbury, the kids.
And Dingers only
Everyone
league.
that comes here for the first time talks about the youth here. There are so many young people at this racetrack. This is out in the campground. We got a wiffle ball game going. Young boys and girls playing wiffle ball against each other. That was me and you at one point many years ago. We were doing the exact same thing. It's just a really rare experience to see so many kids here, and there's one reason that I think people fall in love with it is because of the youth movement at this place.
Yeah, and these kids are going to have a blast before the races start. They're probably going to have a blast, obviously during the racing, and then I don't know how many of those kids right there will have a nap in the backstretch on their mom, on her dad's shoulder.
I don't have children. You tell me. Is that a napping age child? I don't have that.
I can't tell. I would say no, but there might be a couple that might be sleepy by the end of the weekend.
I was father of 3 now. You hanging in there?
This is another day in the office. This is easy. Easy peasy.
I mentioned we're over 60 cars. I think 63 on the grounds. If you're just joining us, I want to run through that roster again if I can get our beautiful and talented producer, Tiffany.
She's very talented.
To throw that up on the screen right now. Oh, better than Turn, right? I mean, better than Turn.
How does he get a fat head? I founded this
That's
place.
true. That's true.
Right.
Brandon Shepard, Jason Fager, the current Castrol points leader, Garrett Alberson, RTJ, Shannon Babb, Chase Younghans, the full of Casey's Pizza, Ashton Winger, and Kyle Bronson Swab. 10 of the 30 that we're going to show you that are on the ground.
Fergie, Chris Ferguson, Mike Marlar, who's kind of struggled here the last couple weeks, Devin Moreno, former race winner, Tanner English, Bobby Pierce, Spencer Hughes, Carson Ferguson, glad to see him here, Dennis Erb Jr., Dalton Wilson, and of course last year, Heartbreak Hotel. Miles Moose is out for vengeance here this year.
The Turbo, Tyler Erb continues the fun tour tonight with Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Hudson O'Neal in the SSI car. Garrett Smith, by the way, has a little help this weekend from the one and only Scott Bloomquist, 1990 feature winner at Fairbury American Legion Speedway.
When I said we have a retro feel, I saw Scott Bloomquist and Mark Richards in the blue one hauler, just meetings of the mind. So you talk about going back to the mid-90s, no cell phone service. You got those two talking about the dirt late model world's great.
I love when Tiffany says in my ear, watch the screen. And what we were treated to is the one and only FloRacing head producer, Michael Reiners there. Michael Turn Reiners, who's been, I think, I hired him. I feels like he was 10 years old when I hired him.
And he's only 15 now.
And you get credit for giving him the nickname Turn. Of course, he was a former intern. He does a phenomenal job for us at Flo. And by the way, his boss, Joe Baker, the head boss at FloRacing, the head production guy for all FloRacing,
I got
sitting next to Turn in the trailer. So Turn is on his best behavior in there right now.
Because we know how Turn is when the bosses ain't around. He's kind of just hanging out, loving life, high-fiving people.
Get a little loose. Get a little loose.
So we're tightening him up here a little bit. And after tonight, he'll be able to enjoy with his beautiful family, now of 3, with his
gorgeous daughter
Olive.
Olive.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Turn, she is a very cute baby. I saw the post on Facebook. So good job for you and Tara.
We're going to step away and take another commercial break. The track's starting to come in a little bit. May see if Ben and DJ can join us on the other side and get some thoughts from up in the tower. Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota. Back after this.
For 45 years of experience, Buzzy Racing has mastered the art of drivetrain specialties, spanning from dirt to asphalt tracks. You're not just a customer, but a valued member of our family, embraced by the tradition and passion embedded in every Buzzy build. We cover everything from rebuilding and selling drivetrain components, offering custom Buzzy parts, steering box services, and ensuring top-notch maintenance and support for braking systems. We are committed to excellence in helping racers maintain a competitive edge on the track. Get it Buzzy built.
In the market for custom race shirts? Struggling with who to call? Look no further. Impact Race Gear's team of top-notch artists and Next Level Printing make it easy to see that Impact Race Gear has the right combination for simply awesome race shirts. We provide shirts and merchandise for the entire motorsports industry, from late models to sprint cars to modifieds, dirt or asphalt. Just take a look at the top drivers and teams that trust Impact. And it doesn't take long to understand why Impact Race Gear is the easy choice. Be sure that your fans, sponsors, and supporters get the products they deserve. When you need the best, it's gotta be Impact Race Gear. Give us a call, 877-743-8337, or visit ImpactRaceGear.com to get started on your simply awesome race shirts.
Looking for a competitive edge at the track? Trust Sweet Manufacturing for top-of-the-line steering components. Since 1978, we are proud to be employee-owned and carrying on the tradition of quality racing parts. Our state-of-the-art CNC machines allow us to craft the best possible parts for your race car. Don't settle for second best. Let us turn your wheels and choose Sweet Manufacturing for all your racing needs. Find your competitive edge at sweetmanufacturing.com.
On a Wednesday night from America's heartland, Castrol FloRacing Night in America, dead in the middle of central Illinois, Fairbury Speedway population, Fairbury 3,000-ish, Derek? 3,000 in Fairbury about?
4,000.
4,000 now. It's
4,
a booming metropolis now. And they'll be about triple that here this weekend. Yes. Derek Kessinger and Michael Rigsby back live at Fairbury Speedway. We had to go to our historian, Todd Turner. Derek always puts together these amazing graphics, right? I know he did some stuff earlier for us this week, laps led and money earned. I think we have that money earned graphic where we talk about the guys that have cashed in at Fairbury. You'll notice on top is Brandon Shepard at $196,700. Don't forget, he won $100,000 here that year. That's $500 a lap led. He led every lap and won 50 grand swab. $196,000, won $100,000 that year.
I feel bad for T-Mac, Devin Moran, Josh, and Shannon when it was only less than 50 grand to win and no lap money. But as you can see there, Sheppy, 3-time champion. He's done himself pretty good here at the hashtag Falls the Quarter Mile Bull Ring.
How about that guy in 4th place, Derek, from Elk Grove, California, in 2 starts? Kyle Larson comes home with $52,100. You were always poo-pooing his ability to drive a late model.
TV screen.
He shows up at Fairbury, wins it his first time here, and made sure you knew about it afterwards.
Yeah, he did. We're not going to talk about that right now, but that was one of those instant classics. He had Bobby Pierce fall short yet again, was going to make a move on him, and then Larson, even afterwards, said, I was looking at the TV screen, and
you can't do that now, right?
No more TV screens, but hey, Kyle Larson, pretty cool to see him on the back of the T-shirts with all the other legends and icons who have won this event.
That second column there, by the way, Kevin Weaver, $19,600, and Derek, we need to make a note of that. Everyone knows you're a lover of Kevin Weaver. I don't think we're going to see the B12 in action this weekend for the first time in Prairie Dirt Classic history.
He's made 31 of 33. You know, he's made it 31 times out of the 33 years of the Prairie Dirt. Kind of devastating for me as a big Weaver fan, and a lot of other people who've been coming here their whole life, or majority of their life, have seen that B12 machine put on some laps here. And I don't know if the cards are going to play or the stars will align. I'm still going to hold out hope that he'll be here Friday. But Weaver, I know you're watching. Come on, just get something together. We can get you started here. And
is there a 6-cylinder? Remember, we used to run 6 cylinders here. We could put him in. Is that possible?
Yes, I don't know. He's got a rear end trouble. So unless somebody's got a rear end, I might make some deals for you.
Make some calls.
Yeah, I'll make some calls. Hopefully we can get him here. I asked him if he was going to just come watch. It'd be nice to see the legend here. And
he'll be here.
Yeah, he's towards the twilight of his career, but we'd love to see him race at least one more Prairie Dirt Classic.
We have officially been told Hot Laps 6:25, so we are 10 minutes away from Hot Laps, just 10 minutes late, given the rain. That's not bad at all. Ben and DJ, you gave us that word. I think you're starting to get the sense, too. Mike Norris in the tower now, actually, not Ben.
Oh, wow. He made it on top. That boy, Norris.
I knew Norris wouldn't be able to have. He had to throw DJ out of the tower. Ben and Mike up top. I think we're getting close, guys.
Well, we are getting close, and Mike Norris, the voice of Fairbury Speedway, glad to have you here as represent. He's got the FloRacing swag on. Look at that, Tiffany, unsolicited. He's got it on there, and they got us backwards. I am not Mike Norris, and you're not Ben Schell, but it's fine. Things happen. We'll roll with it. Hey, Mike, what if I told you now 65 tonight because Pine Grove, Louisiana's Manny Falcon, who, by the way, country star Dylan Scott, one of his best friends, he drew in for him. Manny's not even here yet. Manny's hoping to be here before we have heat races. 65 cars tonight. That eclipses our previous Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota record of 56 back in 2022 at Spoon. This is your house. How exciting is this for you on a Wednesday?
Oh, man, I tell you what, you get a tears in your eyes when you get to see all these people, all the campers, all the cars, just everybody that's here. It means the world.
It's home.
Those videos you guys made, I got to say something about that, too. Those videos were just nailed it. Rigsby, you nailed it. Great job.
Just great stuff. And I mean, Fairbury's special. And, you know, Dustin Jarrett, we're going to have him chime in a minute about it. But this is 8 hours in my motorhome from Memphis, basically up here. And this place is like home. This place has been very pivotal in my career, helping me watch. It's been pivotal in a lot of people's, a lot of drivers. And just Fairbury is something special. And I said I was going to throw to DJ, but he literally has his headset off down there because he's talking to Fairbury Speedway people. Mike, tonight, super late models only. Late models only on a Wednesday. Talk about as the voice of Fairbury Speedway what the Prairie Dirt Classic weekend means to you.
Oh, it is, well, you said it earlier, absolutely Christmas in July. So, what it's come from, what we've built it up into, and, of course, the very first one when Rigsby had, when we put it on the map, I remember Matt Curl pitching the idea to Jim Scher, our you know, God rest his soul, and you know, he never got to see it come into fruition, but
it went huge.
Yeah,
it went huge.
To see, we knew what we had here, and we knew we had the best fans in the world. We knew we had one of the best tracks in the world. We just had to get the rest of the world to see it, and that's what happened. Magic.
Well, the world definitely sees it. We're here for the 5th annual One for the Road presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors. The first 2 years, it was Brandon Shepard winning. The past 2 was Bobby Pierce. Tonight, Dustin Jarrett, you are going to talk to the winner of the One for the Road presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors down in Castrol Victory Lane. From the infield, you've been watching this track. Get ready. Has Mother Nature Mother Nature juiced her up here tonight?
It could be Brother Nature.
It could be.
It might be Mother Nature. It could be Brother Nature.
We
don't
bros.
discriminate.
It could be bros, DJ.
So
It could be bros. That's right. It could be bros. So I talked to Chad Bowman, who, of course, a longtime track prep guy here and still comes back to help with some of the special events. And you know what he told me is he said, "Oh, look at that. I see the drone. I'm on the drone." So I talked to Chad and I said, "Man," I said, "what do you think?" And he goes, "Well," he goes, it actually might need a little bit of water." And I'm like, "Man, you got to be kidding me." And he said, no. He said, "I think it actually needs a little bit of water." So they went out, they juiced this thing up just a little bit. And man, I think we're going to be in for a really good night of racing here tonight.
Dustin, we saw the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event here back in May, and as Michael alluded to, late now when the track just didn't go the way we wanted, but you and I are involved in a lot of conversations. It has been amazing the amount of thought, planning, and processing that has gone in to getting Fairbury Speedway exactly what they wanted, and I just think sometimes people forget, hey, we're dealing with soil, and it is very fickle. Mother Nature affects a lot of things, but I really hats off to this staff and this crew on how hard they've gone to work on this racetrack.
I think a lot of people think that it just comes naturally at a lot of places, right? You think of some of the great racetracks in the country, and obviously Fairbury is at the top of that list or near the top of that list, but I think that there are some people at home that think that, oh, they just have an endless amount of equipment or an endless amount of knowledge, and that's certainly not the case. They got to go out and they got to work this racetrack just like any other track in the country. The one thing that I do think sets Fairbury apart, though, man, is they have such a good read on it, and they've got people, hi, Lewis Breeden, they've got people out there like Lewis Breeden who just waved at me as he went by, that really know how to work the soil. And I think back to that special piece that Chet Christner did on FloRacing a couple years ago, where Chet, a.k.a. Dr. Dirt, by the way, when he went and he talked about the different soil types, the different soil compounds, the different metrics that go into preparing a racetrack. And oh, by the way, here today, as we just talked about, we had Mother Nature prepare a racetrack for us as well. The water that goes into that and how that works on that particular soil is a lot different than actual water that comes out of a water truck when they put it on a track also. So again, is it a science? Yes and no. Yes, it is a science. Is there a clear-cut method how to do it? No, because we've never seen a racetrack bat 1,000. Even the best racetracks in the world like Fairbury, you know, sometimes things don't always work out, but I think tonight, with that natural moisture that we saw and what they've got here, I really think that they've got all the ingredients to have a really good show here this evening.
Well, Mike, before we touch on the weather real quick, I want to touch on McKay Winger, and the former track champion, your current points leader here, second in Farmer City. McKay comes in a 3-race winning streak. He won the last race, 5,000 to win, and he made the comment, for the first time in a long time, I'm staying at Falls until the sun comes up.
Yes.
What can McKay Winger, what is the ceiling this weekend? What can McKay do tonight and into the Prairie Dirt Classic?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind last year he wasn't even having as good a year. I mean, he's obviously got some talent. You know, when you start out early in your career, you go through a learning curve, and he's gone past that learning curve, and he's got to a point in his life where he knows what it takes to be at the top of his game. He's, you know, teamed up with a great team. They've put together a great package, everything McKay's needed to find success, and they've got it. Now, I think it's just up to McKay. Can he do it? Absolutely. We saw last year he was going to win one of those showdown features. No doubt about that. I think he could race his way in. If he can start up front, stay on the lead lap, and be there at the end, you know, be patient and just be there maybe in the top 10, in the top 5. I would go out there to say definitely a top 5 run, and why not? You know, the way he throws caution to the wind on the high side, who knows? Maybe McKay Winger can win this thing. That would be cool.
Well, if he wins tonight or Saturday night, they're going to see the sun come up for the next 4 mornings.
Well, I have to say this.
Yes, sir.
A driver from Chatsworth has won it, so we have to get even. McKay Winger from Fairbury, we got to get it, buddy.
Well, Tiffany, I tell you what, down to the trailer, show us the weather report. I know what it was throughout the day. You see a little, I think we're going to have broken clouds tonight, Norris. We've got broken clouds. We've got broken clouds, and you look at them there, and if you're watching at home on FloRacing, they're not unified. They're broken. We want them to stay broken. And after tonight, they look like they're going to leave us alone the rest of the weekend.
Beautiful.
77 degrees, 6-mile-an-hour winds, broken clouds. We're just a couple of minutes away from Dirt Draft Highlights. And
but do you have smoke?
We do not have smoke like we had in Huset's.
We do have a little Canadian wildfire.
But you know, DJ, what we do have? Take a guess what we do have.
Well, I heard you say broken clouds.
We have race cars on the Speedway as well. Chris Simpson out of Oxford, Iowa. Amanda's husband leads this set out. And the Dirt Draft Hot Laps, the Durham-powered Longhorn third in the Lucas Oil MLRA points. The C&J Trucking, Hoker Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, Everybody Trucking, car number 32.
Behind him, Mike, is going to be the 33 of Kai Blight out of Bunbury, Western Australia. The XR1 Rocket Chassis Durham-powered entry. The Steve Lampley Racing Bar 31 team entry. The 2023-2024 Wild West Western Australia champion.
Yep, got him a nice run of the Kankakee County Speedway with the Mars Championship Series, powered by FK Rod-Ends. Came home on the podium, so congratulations. Led some laps as well.
He did. Behind him, Matt Cosner out of Ridgely, West Virginia. The RH Lap Mechanical Contractors, Nelson Auto Sales, Wheeler Fleet Solutions, Durham-powered Rocket XR1 car 66. Meanwhile, rolling off into turn number 3, he's been hot over the past week out of Martinsville, Indiana. Hudson O'Neill in car 71. The SSI Motorsports Professional Concrete Cutting Solutions, Big River Steel, Cornet Lightning powered Longhorn, number 71. 9 wins on the year, and he's now 4th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. And we'll move back to the next car, and a guy that knows how to get around falls, Mike.
Absolutely. That'll be Kyle Bronson in the Borchers 40B. Race car engineering set and ready to go. And I tell you, Kyle Strickler has the track record, but I tell you, one guy that can drive like Kyle Strickler is that guy, Kyle Bronson.
Well, let's see who our camera folks are going to give us. We're rolling the racetrack in, so we got it. And how about one of my buddies? Known this guy for a long time, the big boss, Ross Campanovo out of Shelby, Mississippi. First time to Falls in the Campanovo farm. CNC Transportation Clements-powered Rocket XR1 for the big boss, Ross Campanovo. Really cool. His buddy, Brian Rickman, also here. Talked him into coming up and giving it a shot for the first time.
Yeah, also on the Speedway, that'll be the son of Shan Smith. We got in 17th, Brendan Smith. And Brendan Smith, I tell you what, talk about those guys that have been out on the road. It seems like wherever we go.
He has no home. He just lives here.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, Brendan and his dad, Shan, out there running up and down the road. So that youngster's learning a lot in 17SS.
He is the Dade City, Florida driver, 3rd in the Rookie of the Year standings with the Lucas Oil Series, and a guy that you get to see race here a lot, Mike.
Oh, yeah, Lyle Zanker. We be Zing in the Zanker Motorsports car number 9. Of course, we're not going to steal it from Joe Harlan, but I always say it's nice to continue on, you know, the Z factor and the Z's. But yeah, Lyle Zanker, the veteran out of Rockford, Illinois, sitting ready to go. And I tell you, he's got a Fast Time Award here in 2024. There he is.
Well, you talked about him. He's your points leader. Talk to us about car 99.
Oh, man, he has just been fast, lighting between Farmer City, Fairbury. Got to step out on the Mars Championship Series as well. I mean, here in the Midwest, everybody knows about the 99. McKay Winger. You know, they were talking about in the pre-show. He's ready to go. If there was ever a year, now's the time.
I tell you what, one of the most colorful personalities in the pit area on your screen, the B15. He calls himself Sideshow Bob. Bob Seidner out of Springfield, Illinois. The Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket Chassis XR1, the Wyckoff Law Office, Bob's Automotive entry. He's made the first 2 Castrol FloRacing Night in America events this year. He's got his work cut out for him tonight, though, for the Springfield, Illinois driver, Bob Seidner.
I never seen somebody who was so excited
He's
after that show, wasn't he? That was
he
really
said, I made
awesome.
$1,000. Drinks are on me, and I believed him.
That's right.
Well, there's the Winfield Warrior, Mikey Marlar, trying to get the monkey off his back. It's been a tough past month. 157. 5-time winner this year, though. 2018 World of Outlaws champion Mike Marlar there in the Skyline Motorsports Truck Country. Clements-powered Longhorn, sponsored by Bennett Explosives from Mike Marlar.
Yeah, driver has had a lot of success here. Cody Overton in the 97, another driver that's kind of stepped out, as you will. He's running all over the country, but having a solid season. That Maui Pistons, car number 97, TriStar owned 97C. I got a chance to talk to him. He said, oh, just an old crate boy out here racing a Super. He's, you know what I mean? Just like Brendan Smith, learning as they go, having a successful season, couple of wins for the 97.
Well, a guy that's had some pretty passionate wins here, Gordy Gundaker in car 11 out of St. Charles, Missouri. Finally got the bullet back under the hood, had to sit out for a while, waiting on a power plant to get freshened. The STL bolt and screw first form. McKay Napa Auto Parts, Clements-powered Longhorn for Gordy Gundaker, 2-time Herald and Review champion. Former track champion down at Tri-City Speedway in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. He'll ride in car number 11. Getting this racetrack sealed in right now. And she's looking good, Mike, as you see. How about from 11 to 111? It'll be Centerville, Pennsylvania.
I see what you did there.
Max Blair in the Centerline Motorsports Upstate Auto Group TLW Transport entry. Currently 10th in the standings with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the 111.
And talk about some of the guys that have came when the tour is not running and they just stop in for I don't want to say a regular race because there's no such thing anymore here at the Fairbury Speedway, but for a Falls Cup event, a guy that's really taken a liking to the Fairbury Speedway over the last couple of years is the 111 of Max Blair, and there's Tomas.
There's Tomas Hunziker, hot sauce out of Bend, Oregon, formerly from Switzerland. The Spirit Fueled Racing, Certainty AM1 Roofing and Siding, International SRS Distribution, Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket XR1. And it looks like I think we have got everybody out there. And I love Chris Simpson's new wrap this
I was just going to say, yeah.
You and Chris have a lot in common. I feel like you both like the favorite post-race beverages, and that's a good looking race car.
Wave to at Iowa there, the football when they wave to the children.
Yes.
That's a beautiful theme right there.
Look at the hot rod septic treatment. Hey, all the campers, when they checked in,
it is right there,
they all got gift bags, some hot rod septic treatment in that bag. So we want to thank Hot Rod Septic Treatment. They do so much to support racing, and we thank
absolutely.
them.
Pope Joy family, awesome. Thank you so much, Bo.
We talked about Kyle Bronson. One win on the year, and that came in the Schaefer's Oil Spring Nationals action down at East Alabama Motor Speedway earlier this year. Currently 5th in the World of Outlaw Case Late Model standings. Race car engineering Bradco environmental entry as we are going green here tonight. Dirt Draft Hot Laps.
Yeah, he's a driver that's going to, if you're going to find out if the track's fast or not, it'll be the 40B. Definitely it'd be good for the litmus test.
So getting her gassed up, getting things underway. The 5th annual One for the Road presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors here tonight at Fairbury Speedway.
Should be a little greasy early on.
I think so. She's going to pick up as it goes. It's going to be a good racetrack tonight. I feel it in my bones, Mike.
We talked about the track record clear down at the low 12s. 12, like 143. 12143, I believe, is what we came up with.
All right, now Kai Blight, a 14.374. So she said she's a little bit greasy. We're going to go to work on it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Kyle Strickler, a 12.143 back on September 15th, 2020.
Got a chance to talk to Matt Cosner, too. In 66C, it's one of those drivers that went up. I was asking, well, when's the latest race? You know, I haven't won any races, I haven't won any championships. But I said, you know what? You got one of the best damn looking cars in the pit area. I just love that 66C. That is a sharp looking ride rolling down the front straightaway. Brand new car, by the way.
It is, as you see Kai Blight on your screen. Fastest car in that set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. I think things are going to pick up as we go, but fastest lap, Kyle Bronson, 2nd quick. Hudson O'Neill, 3rd fastest. Chris Simpson, 4th. Gordy Gundaker, 5th. As we're going to send that field back to the pit area, and we're going to bring out the next wave of cars for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Dustin, what do you have?
Well, real quick, Kai Blight, of course, it was announced just last week that High Limit Racing would go to the Perth Motorplex and run events here in December. Kai Blight is your 2023-24 late model champion at said Perth Motorplex.
I mean, let's get him a sprint car ride. Let's send him out there. He knows how to get around that place in a late model, and just, I tell you what, just fantastic guys. It looks like we are going to bring the next set of cars out. Somebody we did not,
the infield,
yeah, somebody we didn't talk about earlier in turn 3 and 4, the 84 car of Miles Moose. And Miles, how about this right now? He is 5th in the Castrol FloRacing Night in America standings, and he's already got a win here at Fairbury this year.
He absolutely does. And talk about some bad luck. He's had a lot of it this year, especially mechanical issues. But I tell you, the people around this country step up and help people when they're down. He said knew a gentleman from California, decided to come on, help him financially, get a motor underneath the hood. He was going to come race with us last week, but instead he decided to save his stuff for, you know, this weekend and this big race here, Castrol Flow Night in America. But man, a lot of people rooting for the 84. Miles Moose, he's kind of tucked way back in the pits, kind of by himself out there. It's pretty cool, and I think he's going to have a great weekend in that 84.
Well, we talked about Cody Overton a little while ago. You see him on your screen, the Dave Stein Motorsports TriStar Racing 97C out of Evans, Georgia. The only Excel chassis in the pit area. Clements chassis, Clements Racing engine under that Excel chassis. His one win on the year came in a crate late model up at East Moline, as he's driven a little bit of everything. He was a 12-time winner last year, and of course, younger brother of Brandon Overton. And if you don't like the Overton boys, you don't like anybody, man.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, yeah, good to see that chassis. I love different chassis. I think that's pretty cool.
That is fantastic. It is. It's good. He's done very well with it. We talked about McKay Winger on your screen, the Doug and Amanda Curlis 99W. 8 wins total on the year for that driver, including 4 here. He's got 3 at Farmer City, 1 at Peoria, and he would love to get number 9 tonight. If he could do that, he would become the 13th different driver to win a Castrol FloRacing Night in America event presented by Kubota, as Bobby Pierce, the all-time winningest driver in the history of the tour. And I tell you what, McKay, 50 laps, could have his name written all over it here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. If he could start up front, it's all about qualifying. We'll see if he can get a qualifying lap in. What I think is really cool is Sunweiler. It won't be long before he's going to be racing as well. So, Mike Spatola's getting his son going. Some of our locals, of course, Bob and Bobby Pierce, the Morans. Talk about family fun. McKay Winger's got an awesome son, too, and it won't be long, I'm sure, before he's probably trying to get behind the wheel of one of these race cars.
We talked about Ross Campanovo there in the CNC Transportation, number 18, Rocket XR1 out of Shelby, Mississippi. He's down there from around Greenville, Mississippi, Greenville Speedway, the home of the Gumbo Nationals. We got a two-time Gumbo Nationals champion. Actually, we got a pair of two-time Gumbo National champions in the house, and Tyler Erb and Brian Rickman.
Yep.
That's a good-looking race car, and it's always cool seeing new people make their way to Fairbury.
Yeah, absolutely. When I walked in here, I walked over, started talking to him, and I said, you know, I got his name. I knew the name, but I didn't have to put the face, you know, in the car. And he said exactly where he was from. I said, oh, crap, I just wasted 10 minutes because Ben Shelton's going to know all about him. But I thought it was pretty cool. Wins at Greenville, Riverside. So, yeah, it is awesome. You know, it is. I remember when Jack Sullivan used to come up here and race quite a bit and loved to stop in at our Dairy Queen. And
well, he was going to run for mayor, but then we reminded him, you never come back to Fairbury anymore. Yeah. They're not going to let you be mayor. Hey, how about that? McKay Winger, top of the leaderboard, 13.828. And you know it's going to be a wild racetrack when the mud's hitting the window.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, always one thing, if we could peer up here to the window, one thing that you always know if Fairbury is going to be a good racetrack is when we get some mud stuck to my window. There's 3, 4. Oh, man, we got a big snake up here.
Might be a new track record. It's above our heads.
Yeah.
As the caution is going to wave on that wave of dirt draft hot laps. And how about Miles Moose?
We're getting there.
Yeah, Miles Moose, top of the leaderboard, fastest time so far in dirt draft hot laps, 13.735 in the Lone Wolf Petroleum Fuel Factory, Tucker Automotive Repair and Tire, ME Realty, Pro Power Racing Engine, Barry Wright, Icon by Moose. And we said one win on the year came here at Fairbury Speedway on June 22nd. Dustin, have you got your dirt draft lineup in?
Oh man, no, I may not have. I was busy looking. I heard Norris say something about getting mud up there on the window, and I thought it was something else, brown, that was getting stuck to the W up there.
Oh my, took a swing at your Cubbies. I mean, that's what Cardinals fans do, though, right?
This time of year, it's almost time to be an upside-down Mike flag, but we're hanging around. We're hanging around, Ben.
How about Hudson O'Neal in the 71 car? Of course, last year's Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, last year's World 100 champion, now teamed up with SSI Motorsports. 9 wins on the year, 5 with the Lucas Oil Series. He rolled off a couple last week, and Hudson's had a lot of speed already with Anthony Burroughs turning the wrenches on that 71.
Yeah, a lot of success, and you know, just a great team, very obvious. And then there's the 32 of Chris Simpson, the Oxford, Iowa driver, set and ready to go with car number 32.
So getting it ironed in here, what they're making sure they're doing is we don't build a cushion in the middle of the racetrack.
Oh,
this
absolutely.
Thing, it rained this morning, it rained mid-morning, and then it rained pretty hard at lunch, and then it moved out. But I tell you what, a lot of moisture, and there's nothing. You can send a water truck around this thing all day. There is nothing like Mother Nature dropping some rain.
And they were talking about earlier what I liked. They were talking about earlier making it mathematical and you know, preparing a racetrack, trying to you know, crunch the numbers and all that stuff. You know, our guy that does it on a weekly basis, Roger Stryker, you know, early in the year, and he has worked so hard to, I don't want to say perfect it, but if there is anybody in this that works harder than Roger, you know, nobody works harder than Roger Stryker to get this track. You know, and anytime he always measures how much it rains to see how the track is, and then tries to water that amount. So he has a pretty good measurement of, you know, if you get an inch of rain, it equals this amount of water that's been put on the track. So he does a great job studying what happens out there, not only on the track, off the track as well.
He puts a ton of work in. All the staff does as they continue to get it rolled in. As down in the infield, you know, to me, one of the coolest places in our sport to watch is checking from the infield. Things happen so fast. And Mike, I know you love having the seat up here. But down there where our buddy Dustin Jarrett is, there's just nothing like watching from that podium in the infield as these guys whiz around this place.
Oh yeah, I to be honest with you, when we first started to do this, you were standing next to me. I told Matt, I said, yes, I will do the infield. You and DJ can be up here in the tower.
We gotta have you up here, the voice of the place.
No, right, I got you. But at some point, I want to call a race from the infield and have some fun.
All right, now green flag is out. Dirt draft hot laps continues. Miles Moose was the fastest in the last set of 13.735. We'll see if anybody can creep to the top of the leaderboard.
Just getting faster.
Yeah, Kyle Brett's definitely picking up. Kai White, third fastest, 13.788. And it's starting to widen out just a little bit.
Yes, it is.
I tell you what, tonight All-Star Performance Qualifying, not All-Star, Sonoko Race Fields. We're All-Star with Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Okay. Tonight, Sonoko qualifying is going to be a lot of fun because the way this racetrack is coming together. McKay Winger, second fastest behind Miles Moose. And then Kai Blight, Kyle Brunson, Cody Overton, Dustin.
Well, real quick, guys, you talk about the racetrack widening out. World of Outlaws Case Construction Late Model Series Director Steve Francis is here taking things in. He was talking to me on the perch here a little while ago, and he and I kind of agreed. He said the same thing. He said this might be one of those nights where it takes the track a little while to widen out, and very candidly, the heat races maybe weren't going to be the stereotypical Fairbury heat races. That just means that we're going to be in for one whale of a 50-lapper, and I don't know that they're going to have to do a ton of track prep throughout the night tonight either. He also said he thinks it's a very good night, given the rain we had earlier, to have just one division racing here tonight.
And DJ, some people are not fans of Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying. They just want pill draws. I think tonight we're all going to enjoy Sonoko qualifying.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that, because you're going to have it. That was a no to you, Mike Norris, by the way. You're going to see, I don't know the track record's going to go down, but it's going to be really, really fun to see these guys turn lap times. I think when all is said and done, probably in the mid-13s. You know, we're looking at guys right now, 13.7, 13.8. Wouldn't surprise me one bit to see someone go out there and knock down maybe a 13.4, 13.5 a little bit later on here this evening.
No, absolutely. As the cars continue to hot lap here, we're still haven't even got any new cars yet. I mean, we've been doing the same set of cars for the last couple of hot laps. It would not surprise me a week ago. We were in the 12.5, 12.4.
Oh, wow.
So we were fat. We were juiced up a week ago. We were in the mid to low 12. So it would not surprise me to see a lap at least at 12.5, if not lower. And who knows? You know what I mean? On a night like tonight, it's overcast. And, you know, as much moisture is in this speed and is in this track, I think it's going to be good. As long as it stays smooth and stays together, I think that's what we're all hoping for.
Well, you see Max Blair on your screen. The Brian Spoch has 111 car. We talked about it on his second year on the road with the Lucas Oil Limited Dirt Series. 2 wins on the year. He won the Toilet Bowl at Clarksville Speedway and at Erie Speedway. And again, the 4-time ULMS champion, the Centerline Motorsports entry. See what he can do here tonight in Falls. Cody over to the 97C once again, as we're going to throw the green flag, and another week of Dirt Draft Hot Laps is underway. And we'll keep an eye on the times to see if we can get down around that 12.143 track record tonight in Sonoko qualifying. Kyle Strickler holds that from September 15th, 2020. Man, it's fun to watch it go around here, Mike.
What a lot of people do not understand is, I mean, we're standing right above the track as Cody Overton goes to the top of the list at 97, the Molly Pistons 97, but we are literally right on top of the action. And the best part about it, I think what is cool to me, at least I'm sitting here, you can feel each driver as they go by under your feet, and some of those guys have obviously have a bigger motor than the other guy, and it's like, holy crap, that's a big motor. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Imagine what it's like sitting in that race car with that motor pulling you get it down the straightaway.
Yeah. Breakneck speed.
Well, we're going to drop the checkered flag on that set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And as you said, Cody Overton, top of the leaderboard, 13.446, fastest lap of the night so far. I think she's only going to get faster as we knock more of this moisture off, as we're going to roll the next set of cars out to the Speedway. 65 strong here tonight, an all-time series record, as we are here in our 4th year of Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota. And they're going to be led out by Tanner English. 2 wins on the year for the driver of the Clements-powered Longhorn, the 2-time Mars champion, the Coleman Farms Racing Special Needs School of Gwinnett. Clements-powered Longhorn for Tanner English in car 96.
Yeah, pretty cool to see what Coleman Farms continue to do for this sport. Several cars, especially on the 96.
There's the 14 junior of a 16-year-old out of St. Augustine, Florida, Trey Mills. And I tell you what, you're watching on your screen at home for the first time ever with this series, on board with Jason Fager, our current points leader out of Bloomington, Illinois, the Titan Industries Rimtech Enterprises Cheap Cars. Corrosion X Clements powered Longhorn, and this is going to be fun to ride around Falls. He's a 12-time winner this year. 2 of those came in New Zealand, and we're going to be on board tonight with Fager and Brandon Shepard.
Wow.
How
Look
cool
at
is
that, dude. Yes. Changing the game flow. Congrats.
That's fun.
BA.
We're going to keep an eye on that.
Right? We can say badass. That is badass.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
It's after 9 o'clock somewhere. So that's Jason Fager. We're going to keep an eye on him, the high side hustler. And again, you're defending Mars champion, and he took over the points lead after last week in the Mars Series, also in Castrol FloRacing Night in America. And I love he went back to the bomber theme on the USA 25. As we'll keep rolling, though, behind him, the T6, that'll be Tommy Shepard Jr., beautiful race car out of Berlin, Illinois. The Ryan Power Rocket XR1, TA Shepard Enterprises, Shepard Auto Sales and Salvage, ML Performance, T6, 2 wins on the year, and those both came at Peevely, Missouri, where you were at last Saturday night. And I tell you what, middle of the back straight, we're going to jump back a little bit. There he is. How about the year this guy's having?
Yeah, Nick Hoffman, unbelievable. 20, well, I don't know how many wins has he got?
9. He's up to 9 wins.
Just like this is like the number on his car, but man, oh man, that continues to have a ton of success with the World of Outlaws, and you knew when this guy got into a late model, special things were going to happen, and they are. What an impressive driver in that Longhorn chassis, NOS Energy drink car number 9. Good luck to Nick Hoffman this weekend, and behind of him, A-Dog, Alan Weiser. He came into the weekend with the Mars Championship Series. He was your point leader. He didn't leave the point leader, but he's had a lot of success as of late in car 25W. A-Dog, Alan Driver, former driver of the year, former 2-time track champion right here at Falls.
He is a wheelman, currently 3rd in the Mars standings. Ashton Winger rides behind him in the 12 car. The Jeff Matthews Racing, Johnny Doan Plumbing, Durham-powered Rocket XR1. 6 wins on the year for car 12 of Ashton Winger. And riding behind him, how about Matt Tiff?
Yeah.
The pavement ace, 2 wins on the year. And he's the only guy in the pit area with wins this year at Road Atlanta. He's won 2 wins at Road Atlanta.
Gunk.
Durham-powered Longhorn Gunk Blaster Products entry. And let's go on board with Jason Fager.
Oh,
let's go around Falls.
Oh,
man,
I'm going to get seasick.
dizzy.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is this, Mike? Oh, off into 3
Look
and 4.
how easy this looks.
He's got to reach up there and wipe the camera off. Come on, Jason. How about to the top of the leaderboard, and we were on board with him. 13-2-3-9.
Come on, America.
Cool.
We know. Grab your pillow, America. Just don't use the dog or don't use anything else. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Go grab your son's PS3 or PS5. Are they up to now?
Let's take a look at him. Let's see what he's going through as he goes around the racetrack. Again, Jason Fager, our current points leader for Castrol Racing Night.
Oh, yeah, racing's easy, Ben. You can see perfectly. No problem.
I mean, he's not even pulling tear, so I'd be pulling one every half second right now.
By the way, the sun was in his eyes, too, right? Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Oh, that was fun for everybody watching home at FloRacing on board with Jason Fager. But the guy to the top of the leaderboard, Tanner English in car 96, the Coltman Farms Racing Special Needs School of Gwinnett, SRI Racing Products entry, the Clements Powered Longhorn, 2 wins on the Summer Nationals at Old No. 1 Speedway and at Paducah International Raceway. As we transition to the next set of cars, and we're going to keep an eye on this next one making his way to the Speedway, and the Lionel Racing, K&L Rumley Enterprises, Bill Stein Cornet Powered Longhorn. It's RTJ Ricky Thornton Jr., your Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader, and he sits 3rd in the Castrol standings, a 20-time winner this year, driving for Kevin Rumley here tonight. And the number 97 behind him, coming to us from the World of Outlaws Series out of Roebling, Louisiana, it's Cade Dillard. 7 wins on the year, 6 of those in the mod. Currently 4th in the Outlaw standings, the S&S Fishing and Rentals, Crone Farms, Mesilla Valley Transportation Production Jars, 97. Behind him, I know there's at least a few fans in the stands. Out of Mowequa, Illinois, the 3-time PDC champion, the Mowequa Missile, Shannon Babb. The Petrov Towing, Donnelly Trucking, Donna Gross Seed, CJI Piping, Keebler Ultra Oil, Getty Landscaping, and VP Fuels number 18, looking to get the monkey off his back. Behind him in car number 1, former champion here at the Prairie Dirt Classic. It's T-Mac Timmy McCready, a 1-time winner this year, and he's in the Valvoline Performance Grading, Stoiber Calf Wrenches, Ace Metalworks entry, currently 5th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings, the 2-time series champion. In car 3S, rolling out of turn 4, that'll be the squirrel, Brian Shirley. 2 wins on the year for the Chatham, Illinois driver, the Durham-powered Rocket XR1. Bob Cullen plays in the Longhorn, actually, the Longhorn Durham-powered Bob Cullen Racing, Hoker Trucking, Thompson Express. Number 3S for Shirley, currently 9th in the World of Outlaws standings. Riding behind Shirley, former World of Outlaws champion in car 28. Actually, I skipped one, didn't I, Tiffany? That'll be the 58. That'll be Garrett Alberson, 4-time winner this year, currently 6th in the Lucas Oil standings. Picked up a win here at Fairbury Speedway. The Clements Powered Longhorn, Bill's Sport Shop, Romer Machine and Welding, Mesilla Valley Transportation, 58 for Garrett Alberson. Now we'll go to a former World of Outlaws champion, the 28 of Dennis Erb Jr. 2 wins on the year. His most recent win at Quincy, Illinois on Sunday night. It's Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois, 9th in the Castrol standings, 8th with World of Outlaws. The McBride Mac Ideal Ready Mix Tools Auto Sales PRC Clements Powered Rocket XR1 for Dennis Erb Jr. Right now, fastest time at Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 13:209 for Tanner English. As we get ready to gas him up here, as we continue with 65 cars in the pit area from Castrol FloRacing Night in America, presented by Kubota. It's the 5th annual One for the Road presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors. 13.209, the best lap so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Kyle Strickler, the track record back in 2020, a 12.143. We'll see if we get into the 12-second bracket right now. Racetrack's starting to pick up just a little bit. You see Tim McCready on your screen, former Parade Dirt Classic champion, and McCready to the top of the leaderboard, 13.078 as we flirt with the 12-second bracket.
Sorry, I'm a man of the people. I was turning the volume up on the radio. So
good, you're a good man. Yeah. You're a good man, Mike Norris.
Hope that's better, everybody out there listening on 105.3 The Drive. We're on FM too, man. Yes, 105.3 The Drive. Did you know that?
I did not know we called it The Drive. I knew it was 105.3.
Yep.
As Tim McCready, we didn't get to the 12-second bracket, but how about that, race fans out of Watertown, New York? Tim McCready, fastest lap so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 13.078. Two-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, former World of Outlaws champion, and currently 5th in the Lucas Oil standings. He's atop the leaderboard as the next set of cars roll out to the Speedway, and they'll be led out by Manhattan, Illinois' Mike Spatola, the TNS Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration Lake Norman Mechanical entry, and he's a 3-time defending Fairbury Speedway track champion.
And a guy that's had a tough go of it as well here in 2024, but hopefully he gets it turned around. He's got a good bullet under the hood now, and hopefully Mike Spatola. And these racing conditions can be very good, just like the guy behind him.
Yeah, we know the guy behind him is very good in these conditions. 23 wins on the year, currently 3rd in the Outlaw standing, 2nd with Castrol. It's Bobby Pierce, the smooth operator out of Oakwood, Illinois. And the Low Voltage Solutions, Hoker Trucking, Carnegie Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Toyota Danville, Mesilla Valley Transportation 32. Your defending World of Outlaws, Castrol, and XR Super Series champion. And I tell you what, let's jump in front of him into the Z61. We got a moonlighter here tonight. Alex Wilson normally drives that race car tonight out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Kyle Strickler, the high side tickler, your track record holder, a 6-time winner this year in that Dargy-powered rocket chassis.
Yep, full throttle towing in Pontiac RV. Send a big shout out to my buddies over there in yeah, send a shout out to my buddies over there in Chatsworth as well. So Pontiac RV, yeah, very awesome. But yeah, that's going to be cool. Alex Wilson does a good job in Z61. It's going to be really cool to see if Kyle can make that thing go. Z61.
Well, Billy Huff makes his way out to the Speedway. We saw him a moment ago, the Thomasboro, Illinois driver. You see the 19M now. Spencer Hughes, a 5-time winner this year of a JCM Motorsports Yellowhammer Design and Construction. Neon Bubbles Car Wash. Rocket XR1 for Spencer Hughes, and he has moved up in the Castrol standings, now up to 6th in that 19M. Great looking race car.
Yeah, good. A to Z Painting Trophy time. Let's get a couple of his sponsors out there. Billy Huff in 33. Another driver, 10, Garrett Smith, the G.
You never know what Garrett Smith's going to unload with. It might be fluorescent, but it's going to be low profile. He's got Scott Bloomquist helping turn wrenches on that race car this weekend.
Great looking race car.
The Atlanta Paving and Concrete, Senior Life Insurance Company, Terminal Maintenance Construction, Vic Hill powered Rocket XR1. 1 win on the year, and that came at Screven Motorsports Complex earlier this year. And behind him in car 15.
I was turning wrenches.
That's going to be Malino, Oregon's Justin Duty, the Pro Power Racing Engine Longhorn chassis, 5th in the Mars standings. Don Frank Force, First Class Septic, Darren and Mardell Williams sponsored race car. And behind him, a driver that had a good last week of action coming to us out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Dalton Wilson. And he'll be in car 18D right behind Justin Duty, the Ratliff Racing, Grantley Farms, ICS, MGL Auto Cells, Kellner Construction entry. Currently 8th in the Lucas Oil standings, 2 wins on the year, including his first ever Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win.
Yeah, Justin Duty, I was talking about him. I was turning some wrenches again in the top 5 there for the Mars Championship. Showed up by himself. Dennis Urban at least got one helper. He showed up by himself this weekend on the Mars Tour.
He said, I'm going to one-up you one-man band. Yes. I'm going to go all by myself. I love the Duty family. They're fantastic.
Yep, he's going to play in our golf outing tomorrow. He's going to be in our group. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, Garrett Smith. Well, Tim Duty about made some contact over there in turns 3 and 4. Garrett Smith slipped up again.
Let's see.
Got that 10 car a little snug.
Puff of smoke. And Bobby Pierce up in smoke in the 32 car. And that is going to draw the caution as the 32. And hopefully nothing terminal in that race car. But as he went under the flag stand, a lot of smoke out of it. And he pulls off the helmet. And he is going to need the hook. Oh, man. Bobby Pierce, who has just been red hot over the past month and a half. And he climbs out of this 32 car with mechanical issues. Man, you hate to see him start the night like that. He won our last Castrol FloRacing Night in America event presented by Kubota over at Lincoln Speedway. He picked up that win back on July 8th, and he currently sits 2nd in our standings. And they're going to call for the hook to get that car back to the pit area. You hope maybe just something that's easy to fit. Not sure what happened.
He kept looking at the back here. We're going to get a replay. but he kept looking at the back. I don't know if he was looking for an oil trail, if it was something maybe in the rear end, but here's your replay.
Yeah, you see
MD3
working off a turn 4 and just shut it down.
I don't know that.
I don't know, DJ, from the infield. You got any other thoughts watching that go down?
No, I will say this. There's a puddle underneath the race car. I can't get out there because cars are still circling the racetrack. I do see Lewis Breeden out there checking it out, though. But a puddle underneath that race car. Interestingly enough, initially they called for the hook. Then they said, no hook, just push him off the racetrack. They're going to get the shovels out and cover up this fluid. Guys, I'm going to try to find out exactly what it is that was leaking. It does not look good for the 32.
Run out there, DJ, and stick your finger in it. Smell it. See if it's oil or water. That would be a good litmus test.
You know, Mike, you talked about wanting to announce from the infield. It sounds like a great time for you to go ahead and make your way down here.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to get the.
Hopefully it's not oil. Yeah.
No comment. They've got the fluid down there. Man, hate that for Pierce. He'll head back to the pit area and try to get ready for Sonoko qualifying coming up later. As nobody into a 12-second bracket. I really thought in this set we might have had somebody. But we're going to give these guys another lap or two, and then we'll bring the next set of cars out. As again, we've had about 40 drivers make their way out, 65 in the pit area on a Wednesday night. And it is such an honor to be here at Fairbury Speedway. We want to thank I-Beam Sliding Doors for their great support of this event.
Yeah, I-Beam Sliding Doors is a company founded on building heavy-duty, lightweight, sliding and swing outdoors for the building industry. They pride themselves in supplying doors to fit your needs and are determined to stay in the lead of technology for sliding and awning-style door systems. They're in Chinook, Illinois.
This is the 5th year they've been on board with this event as well. We thank them for that. As
awesome,
the first 2 years, Brandon Shepard won. Second 2, Bobby Pierce. DJ, what have you got?
Hey guys, real quick report from the infield. It was oil that came out from underneath the 32 of Bobby Pierce.
Everybody watching at home on FloRacing, you see in the pit area, they are pulling the backup car out. As Bobby Pierce, he's been really fast, but he's also battled a lot of mechanical issues the past month or so. It's about the only thing that could slow him down, and a heartbreaker here tonight. We'll see if he can get that other. The backup car is going to be a good one, but man, this sport is not cheap, Mike.
No,
you
it
see
is
that
not.
happen to anybody.
Absolutely. We'll keep our eyes on Strickler here. I want to see how he was doing in car 61 there. The Alex Wilson ride. Looks pretty good out there, though.
Let's see where he's at on the board here. Hey, 18th fastest out of 40. Not too shabby for a car he's never driven.
Not too shabby at all, yeah. Him and Billy Huff there. There he is, Kyle Strickler. Dalton Wilson.
Dalton's got a good clean race car. That is a good car.
And he's fast.
And he has the biggest perm in the world if he saw his fat head in the pit area. That made me laugh.
I like how they hit. I
think it's cool.
Yeah, they just kind of put the fat heads all over the place. That looks good.
Well, still the fastest time so far. Tim McCready, 13.078. Dalton Wilson, fast. No, actually, Mike Spatola fastest in that set, 13.164, second fastest overall. As the next set of cars will come out, and a guy having a big year right now, Turbo Tyler Erb, 15-time winner. He won at Davenport back on Monday night, 15,000 with XR Series. The bulk material lift, Sonoko Racing Fuels, Anthony's Pizza, Clements Powered Rocket, the best performance motorsports entry for Tyler Erb. Another guy that's always faster but never seems to have any luck. Mike rides behind him, and that's Ryan Gustin. The Todd Cooney Racing, Allen Seamless Gutters. Play again. Allen Seamless Gutters, People's Company, J. Dickens Powered Infinity by Wells. Currently 6th in the Outlaw standings, and he has got 6 wins on the year in the 19.
And 24, that'll be Ryan Unzicker. Unzicker set and ready to go. He's second in the Mars Championship points, and one of his awesome sponsors we like to highlight. They're here this weekend. Say hello to everybody from Low Voltage Solutions, along with RJR, Mosquito Hero, and many more, El Paso RV Outdoor Center. So Ryan Unzicker currently second, got a big win at the Peoria Speedway with the Mars Championship Series. And another driver that's having a lot of success in the Mars Championship Series, Daniel Adams. Daniel Adams led a lot of laps at Federated Auto Parts, I-55 in Peevely, Missouri. So again, Daniel Adams, another gasser, a guy to watch, really starting to figure it out. He's getting out on the road, and one of those North Carolina drivers, he used to race at
he was in the Pro Legends.
Right, there you go.
And he also just made the move about a week ago to a Longhorn race car and showed a lot of speed out of the gate. We'll keep an eye on him, the Pro Power Racing Engine Adam Family Motorsports entry.
Jake
Behind
Little.
him, another one is a guy you get to see race.
All my guys.
I think this guy's making a lot of gains this year as well.
Absolutely. But another driver that's unfortunately having a lot of bad luck as of late, but I tell you what, that dude, when it's muddy out, you know, he's got a lot of speed. 38J, a Jake Little driver out of Springfield, Illinois. It's kind of made his way up through the ranks. So keep your eyes on that 38J, another driver locally here, also running out in regional as well, making some noise with us. And Dylan McCowan, another driver at Kankakee County Speedway. He was your Mars feature winner for the Dylan McCowan car number 8.
Yeah,
having a solid season.
2 wins on the year for him. Last year's MLRA Rookie of the Year. Great looking Sonic. Pomeroy Services number 8, the Longhorn Scott Bailey Racing engine entry. They branched out a lot this year. And the 22 car out of Mooresville, North Carolina, it's Mad Max McLaughlin in the Longhorn race car. Victory Circle Auto Sales Mohawk Northeast entry. And he's outrun with the World of Outlaws this year. Second in the Rookie of the Year standings, 11th in the overall points for Max McLaughlin. And one more on the Speedway.
Timmy Dick
There
got
he
him out of
is.
Monticello, Illinois, in the Rocket XR1. Matt Ryan powered, a Pro Crate late model champion at Farmer City Raceway. So I saw Daryl Dick. We got Timmy Dick. Gunnar Sullivan would complete the trifecta of Dicks right there. So.
All right, now Tyler Erb goes to the 12-second bracket. He goes to the top of the board. 12.802. Ryan Gustin into the 12-second bracket. 12.926. Max McLaughlin into the 12-second bracket. How about that?
She's getting speedy.
As the racetrack picking up some traction, still about 7/10 off the track record. But
one of Rigsby's picks was Tyler Erb.
He was, man. Tyler's been red hot. 15 wins on the year. This year's Summer Nationals overall champion. I think he picked up 11 wins overall out there with the Summer Nationals. And the checkered flag drops, and Tyler Erb continues showing his speed of late, 12.802. That's your fastest time in Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the driver with 15 wins on the year and the overall Summer Nationals champion in 2023. His first ever, 2024, excuse me, his first ever points championship for Tyler Erb.
About Timmy Dick, 5th.
It's looking good.
Yes.
Looking good.
Some more drivers rolling out.
Coming up next out of Marcells, Illinois, Mike Provenzano in the M27. And a great-looking race car.
Yeah, he had a good top 10 run going. Had a little bit of bad luck, but man, he was battling for a top 5 spot a couple of weeks ago. Got into one of the drivers got into the infield tire and unfortunately took him out. But he's got some speed in that M27, and so does the 93 out of Lincolnton, North Carolina.
That's right, Carson Ferguson. It's a Ferguson family affair.
Yes. Oh, there they are.
Carson Ferguson, the Longhorn chassis by Wesley Page, Cornette Lightning number 93, a 3-time winner this year in the Paylor Motorsports Hoopah Grading Company number 93. And behind him, his cousin, Chris Ferguson, out of Mount Holly, North Carolina. Former Show Me 100 and Diamond Nationals champion, the Live Oak Aesthetics and Family Dentistry, Patriot Meat Processing, Spartan Transportation, Clements Power Longhorn for Chris Ferguson. Good to have him back at Falls.
One driver having a solid summer. Right behind him in the 1W, that'll be Donnie Walden's had a lot of success and shown a lot of speed over at the Farmer City Speedway. Farmer City Raceway is what they call that. There we go. And the Creative Kitchens and Bath.
Good looking car.
Procknow Auctions car, 1W. It always is. They always used to call him the Young Gun. Sometime we got to come up for a new nickname.
We all get older,
the
man.
Gun. The Big Gun? I don't know. 1W, Donnie Walden.
Behind him, Frank Heckenus Jr. out of Frankfort, Illinois, the Storage Squares USA, Indy U-Pull at Ryan Powered Longhorn, the DirtOval66.com, Petrov Towing, 99 Jr. And of course, he's had John Henry turning the wrenches on that race car lately. And I tell you what, he's been having some really strong runs. The 74X out there, Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California, 1 win on the year for the Clements. Powered Barry Wright chauffeur, the ASD Motorsports entry. Also in this set, we saw, I believe, Cade Loudy. I thought I saw Cade.
Yeah, he's out there.
There he is. There's Cade. Yep. 126, Ethan Dotson on your screen. Cade Loudy out of Rogersville, Tennessee, the Ryan Howard Masters built Rogersville Seamless Guttering entry. Also in this set, the 111 car. That'll be the other 111 of Stephen Roberts out of Jessup, Georgia. The Clements Powered Longhorn entry on your screen. Always a clean-looking race car.
Fun bunch.
For the Lennox River Ranch entry 111R.
Yeah,
they
fun
are.
bunch as well. Yes.
So Tyler Erb atop the leaderboard here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 12.802. See if anybody can work with her. Carson Ferguson, how about that second quick?
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, second quick. He, on his website, I don't know if you know, it's under nickname. Have you ever looked under his? Is that really
I knew his
nickname?
website, but one of my staffers
the
put it
Rolex,
on there.
right?
I can't
Can't
get
grab
to
it.
it.
Okay.
I can't get to it. I can't get to the
We're
Rolex.
leaving it then.
If he wins tonight, we'll call him whatever we want.
We'll
He's
ask
second
him.
fastest,
There you go.
Carson Ferguson. DJ, how about Carson Ferguson there?
How about that? Remember, not everybody needs a nickname as well. Hey, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Cade Loudy, man. He is really making some strides out there in that race car. That young man's been real close to victory lane a couple times, and he is going to find victory lane in a super late model here soon.
Well, it's good to have him here. Another driver branching out, had a heartbreak back at the Dream. We'll see if Cade Loudy, what he can do here tonight. As the next set of cars, we're going to have another on board with this driver and the Dude Wipes, Valvoline, Clements Powered Longhorn, your current World of Outlaw K-Slate Model Series points leader. There he is, B-Shep Brandon Shepard, on board with the 5-time winner this year, 3-time Prairie Dirt Classic champion of the B5, and a guy behind him that is really having a big past month to 2 months.
That'll be Devin Moran in car number 99, one of the best drivers in the country. We talk a lot about Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton, Hudson O'Neal, but no disrespect, the 99, one of the best drivers in the country, the C&W Trucking Lazy Days RVs, the RV Authority 99 of Devin Moran, the mailman, looking to deliver once again, a former PDC champion.
And you got to do a double take behind him. That is Chase Younghands, not the. I love that look.
Beautiful looking car, yeah.
The Manhattan, Kansas driver in the 18 rolling out of turn 2, the Bozarth Ford Grant Petroleum Clements Powered Rocket XR1 flying Brian Rickman in the 90 out of Columbus, Mississippi. 1 win on the year that came at Greenville Speedway. Former Comp Cam Super Dirt Series champion and Mississippi State Championship Challenge Series champion. As we said, a 2-time Gumbo Nationals champion. The 31 behind him, former Ultimate Late Model Series champion. That's Tyler Millwood, first time here to Fairbury Speedway, the Durham Powered Rocket XR1 competition racing equipment entry. 1 win on the year for that driver. And going on board with Sheppy. I love that shot. Tristan Chamberlain also in this set out of Richmond, Indiana, along with Tyler Bruning in the Bennett Explosive Skyline Motorsports, number 16 out of Decorah, Iowa. He comes to us from the World of Outlaw Tour, where he's currently 7th in the standings. That Olsen Explosives, Clements Powered Longhorn. Well, looking at this set, Devin Moran the fastest. You see Sheppy just working it around this racetrack. And there's from the outside, and there is the inside. And tell me that you don't get a sweat worked up working around this joint.
Oh, yeah. Up on the wheel at all times. You know what's crazy is he's just out there at hot laps. Can you imagine when they start racing? You got cars above you, cars below you.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
And you didn't have to use 2 feet at the same time. I'm like, yeah, no, this is definitely not going to happen. So as some more cars roll down the back straightaway. Fastest in that group, as you said, Devin Moran. He continues to be fast, 12.926, 12926.
All right, so just talked to race control, and we are going to have about 5 to 10 minutes here. They're going to clean the walls off and get ready for Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying here tonight. It's a great time to go down and check out all of these vendors, get something to eat or drink, kick back, relax. We're so thankful to have you here tonight at Fairbury Speedway. This is the 5th annual One for the Road presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors with Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota. We'll be right back with Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Fairbury Speedway in Fairbury, Illinois on a beautiful evening here. Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota as we're moments away from Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying. And the big storyline is during Dirt Draft Hot Laps, the driver currently second in our standings, defending champion Bobby Pierce went up in smoke. They have unloaded a backup car in the pit area. He will be the second qualifier in Group B, and you see everybody watching at home at FloRacing as he came off turn 4, shut it down. A lot of smoke came out of that 32. The team immediately began unloading the backup car. You see it down in the pit area, and you see everybody getting ready. The look on Pierce's face as they got it down, and he is the second qualifier, but in Group B, Mike, so that means there's going to be 32 plus qualifiers in front of him as they've been down there thrashing to get that car ready as he tries to go for his 3rd straight win in this 5th annual event, the One for the Road presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors. So again, man, tough break there. Tough way to start the night. They're down there getting it ready. You see the Hall of Famer Bob Pierce. Jeff Leaka's down there pitching in. They're getting that race car ready. And we'll see if he can bounce back here tonight. Meanwhile, Mike, we are moments away from getting things underway. Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying. And I tell you what, everybody always asks about the Flo merchandise, and you're wearing one of the shirts here tonight.
Oh,
absolutely. Let's show the back of this thing.
Yeah, there you go.
If you're looking for it right here, look at this guy. Look at the brand new FloRacing merchandise. You can go to shopflosports.com, scan the QR code, and you can pick up all this merchandise you guys have been asking for. We don't usually have it at the racetrack, but you can get it. They'll send it straight to your home, so check it out. And Mike's here getting everything ready tonight. Kelly Carlton leaning in, our race director, giving us a word of advice. And what you got, Mike?
All good. Cade Loudy just had a wheel vibration, so Cade Loudy's good.
Okay, so much better wheel vibration than something under the hood of that race car. And you see the pit area starting to line up down and staging. And, of course, tomorrow is going to be the golf tournament here at Fairbury Speedway. And tomorrow night, one of my favorite things, the evening, the Shriners auction.
Oh, yeah.
And then tomorrow night, the party with Dirty Grass Soul rolling into town. And then Friday, Saturday, our buddies with the World of Outlaws Case Late Model Series rolling into town. There's one of those same shirts you've got on, different color.
Very cool.
With Steve Francis and the boys, they roll in on Friday. And, hey, if somebody can lead every lap on Saturday night, $100,000. Let's go.
That's an awesome bonus. Congratulations. We got the fans, the Falls draw as well. I hope everybody's got a ticket for that. Last I knew, they had a few left. Thank you to Old Iron Powder Coating, the Dame family right there. They are going to be sponsoring Dirty Grass Soul tomorrow night as well. We're going to have, of course, the live door panel auction. If you've always wanted to get one of those door panels from one of your favorite drivers, now's tomorrow night's the chance. And
it goes to a great cause.
It goes to an unbelievably great cause. Hey, real quick, Owen Mahan's here as well, sitting on the backstretch. So big shout out to our buddy Owen.
Owen's my hero. I love, man, I tell you what, Owen's such an inspiration to so many of us, and glad to hear Owen's here. Well, we are just about ready for Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying. Your first qualifier tonight will be out of Oxford, Iowa, Chris Simpson, and he is in the Durham-powered Longhorn, C&J Trucking, Hoker Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, Superior Cleaning Service, Factory CS, RLM Enterprises, Iowa, Illinois, Taylor Insulation entry. Third in the MLRA standings is Chris Simpson. He will be the first one on the clock here tonight. He's going to be joined by Ridgely, West Virginia's Matt Cosner, the Durham-powered Rocket XR1, RH Lap Mechanical Contractors, Nelson Auto Sales, Wheeler Fleet Solutions, along with Mighty Auto Parts and Global Truck Outfitters, all sponsors on Matt Cosner's beautiful 66C. And your third qualifier, the 38 of Tomas Hunziker, now residing in Bend, Oregon, the Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket XR1, Certainty AM1 Roofing and Siding, Spirit Field Racing International, SRS Distribution entry. And car 38, Tomas Hunziker. That'll be our first few qualifiers as you see him waiting over in turn 4. Group 1 will make up heat races 1, 2, and 3 tonight. Group B will make up heat races 4, 5, and 6. All the heats are 10 laps. The top 3 out of each heat move off to the main event. We'll have 3 B mains. The top 2 out of each one of those go to the B main. 24 cars, and we have no series provisionals. We will not start provisionals until August 21st at Lernerville Speedway with our 4th round of this series. More information at flowseries.com. As Mike Norris, we are officially underway in Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying here tonight at Falls. As Chris Simpson makes his way out, he's joined by Matt Cosner, and we're going to go 2 at a time as we're underway.
Yeah, see how they do. Again, as we mentioned, track record 1-2-1-4-3. Yes, 1-2-1-4-3. Official track record. Here we go. 32 at Chris Simpson, the driver out of Oxford, Iowa. Beautiful looking wrap. 12-9-1-1-1-2.911. 13.64813, 648 for Cosner at 66. Second lap, he's going to try the bottom side, see if he picks up. He does. 12.900 going to be the mark to beat, as Matt Cosner will bring it up at turn number 4. His time 13.470. So Chris Simpson has the time to beat 12.900.
Up next, Tomas Hunziker out of Bend, Oregon, the 38, and the 71 of Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. The SSI Motorsports Professional Concrete Cutting Solutions, Big River Steel, Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Westside Tractor Cells, Cornet Powered Longhorn for Hudson O'Neill, currently 4th in the Lucas Oil standings, last year's series champion.
Turn number 4, as he gets wound up. This will be Tomas' first official lap as they bring it up at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Second quick, 13.379, 1.3379, 1.2 what? 926, 12926 for Hudson O'Neill. Got to beat a 12.900. Third lap or second lap for Tomas Hunziker, a 13.235. Got to beat a 12.900. Does he do it? Not quite. 1.2926, the official time for Hudson O'Neill.
Up next, it'll be Kyle Bronson out of Brandon, Florida, along with the 33 of Kai Blight out of Bunbury, Western Australia. Kyle Bronson, the Race Car Engineering, Bradco Environmental, Borchers Equipment, Tillman Roofing, Mullinex, Recycling, Michael Wade Hauling and Demolition, all sponsors on the Clements Powered Longhorn for Kyle Bronson, a one-time winner this year. Kai Blight, the 33, to Steve Lampley Racing, Bar 31 team, Franklin Enterprises, O.H. Hendricks, Midwest Excavating, Randy Cordy Consulting, and Aggressive Graphics, all sponsors on the Durham Powered Rocket chassis for Kai Blight. Currently 8th in the Mars standings and last year's Wild West Australia champion.
And these two love to hammer the right foot through the floorboard. 12.987 for Kyle Bronson, and off at turn number 4, the Australian moves into the top 5 at 13.421, 1.3421. And a 40B of Kyle Bronson, third quick, 1.2963. Off at turn number 4, final lap for Kai Blight, fourth quick now at 13.075.
Coming up next, it'll be Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida, in the 17SS and the 11G of Gordy Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri. Brendan Smith, Big Daddy's Cattle, Total Claim Source, Williams Trucking, Jim Pacino Trucking, Guardian Hurricane Protection, Durham Powered Rocket XR1, currently 16th in the Lucas Oil Limited Earth Series standings, and the 11 of Gordy Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri, the STL Bolt and Screw First Form, McKay Napa Auto Parts, Hooker Trucking, Lucas Oil, Ted Brown Quality Paint Body, Clements Powered Longhorn for Gordy Gundaker.
Yeah, we'll see what Gordy can do. And a big win, one of his biggest of his career, was his Summer National win right here at the Fairbury Speedway. Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida, 13.424, 1.3424. Gordy Gundaker off at turn number 4. He will be 6th quick at 13.329, 1.3329. Going to be a 12.9 off for Smith. Brendan Smith, 13.313, 6th quick, and Gordy Gundaker going to work right through the middle of the Speedway. 13.329, 7th quick. Still Chris Simpson at a 12.900, the time to beat.
Up next, it'll be Bob Seidner in the 15B out of Springfield, Illinois, and Ross Campanovo out of Shelby, Mississippi in the 18C. Seidner in the Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket XR1, Wyckoff Law Office, Bob's Automotive, Phenom Apparel and Wrap Company entry, Ross Campanovo, and the CNC Transportation, Campanovo Farms, Clements Powered Rocket XR1, sponsored by the North-South Boutique, all sponsors for Ross Campanovo. Time to beat Chris Simpson with a 12.900.
And Campanova's got a good looking lap in car number 18. If he can hold on here, he does. Sideshow Bob, or Bob Seidner, 9th quick. Good lap, 6th quick, 13.277, 1.3277. Campanova looking good up there in the false cushion. Nice and smooth in car 18. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Almost bucked the drift there a little bit. 6th quick at 13.277. And the 15 of Bob Seidner is 10th quick.
Up next will be Mike Marler in the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee, and Lyle Zanker in the 9Z out of Rockford, Illinois. And Mike Marler, the Skyline Motorsports Truck Country, Bennett Explosive, Bruni Rock Products, Sea Valley Transportation, Can-Am Auto Salvage, Clements Powered Longhorn, 5 wins on the year, currently 7th in the Lucas Oil standings, and he's joined by Lyle Zanker out of Rockford, Illinois, the Outpace Racing Fuels, Hooker Harness, Base Fuels, Zanker Racing Engine Powered Rocket XR1 for the 9Z of Lyle Zanker. Still Chris Simpson with a 12.900 of a time to beat.
Yeah, I think it's going to be right here, 157 to Mike Marler. Man, he looks fast up at turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, how about a quick time? Third, 12.938, 1.2938. Lyle Zanker, meanwhile, 8th quick, 13.278. Can he do it? Now he's going to try the bottom. Time to beat, 1.2900. Does he have enough? No. 12.938 on the opening lap. And Lyle Zanker will be 8th quick, 13.278. Simpson, O'Neill, Marlar, Bronson, your top 4.
Up next out of Fairbury, Illinois, the Reaper, McKay Winger in the 99W, and he'll be joined by the 84 of Miles Moose out of Lincoln, Illinois. McKay Winger, Creative Kitchens and Baths, Pope Joy Plumbing, Heating and Electric, Curlis Motorsports, CW Trucking, CW Worldwide, Punk Rock Pizza, Foster Family, and Dimmitt Transfer, Dargy Powered Longhorn, 8 wins on the year, and your current Fairbury Speedway track champion, Miles Moose, and the Lone Wolf Petroleum Fuel Factory, Tucker Automotive Repair and Tire, ME Realty, White Performance Group, Mill Performance, Pro Power Racing Engine, Barry Wright, Icon by Moose. 1 win on the year. What can McKay Winger do on lap 1?
You're fixing to find out. Not 5th quick, 12.964. Good lap, 129.64. And Miles Moose, 129.95. So a couple of gassers. We'll see if Winger can do it. 12.900 the time to beat. Quick time for McKay Winger to 12.798. 129.798. And how about Miles Moose? 12.841. Moose second. And how about it falls your boy from Fairbury? 12.798. Quick time for the Reaper.
New quick qualifier at Sonoko Racefields qualifying McKay Winger. Max Blair up next, the 111B out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. 97 of Cody Overton out of Evans, Georgia. Max Blair in the Longhorn, Clements Powered, Centerline Motorsports, Upstate Auto Group, TLW Transport, C&J Dairy, DeanHonda.com, Clements Powered, Longhorn, 2-time winner this year is Max Blair. Meanwhile, 1 win on the year is Cody Overton out of Evans, Georgia. The Molly, TriStar Engine and Transmission, Speedway Motor, Shaw Trucking, VP Racing Fuels, Boswell Oil, Earnhardt Technologies Groups, Clements Powered XL Chassis for Cody Overton.
Turn number 4, Max Blair running a different line, 131.56. Up maybe a payoff from Cody Overton does. Overton running some laps here at Falls. 5th quick. Good lap for Cody Overton, 12.931. We'll keep our eyes on the 97. Max Blair again down to the inside. He was 9th quick, stays 9th. But how about Cody Overton? 5th quick, 12.931. Good lap for Cody Overton in lap 1. Winger, Moose, Simpson, O'Neill, Overton.
Up next, it'll be Trey Mills out of St. Augustine, Florida, the 14 junior. The 96 of Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky. Trey Mills, the Mills Concrete, H&R Racing Engine, VP Racing Fuels, Boswell Oil, GW Performance under the hood of the Clements Powered Black Diamond for Trey Mills, last year's Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Rookie of the Year, and Tanner English, 2-time winner this year on the Summer Nationals, the Coleman Farms Racing Special Needs Schools of Gwinnett, SRI Racing Products, Bill Stein, VP Racing Fuels entry, the Clements Powered Longhorn for the 2-time Mars champion, Tanner English in the 96.
We'll see how the future does off turn number 4. Trey Mills, 13th quick on the opening lap. Good lap for Tanner English. He'll be 9th quick opening lap. So English into the top 10. Second lap coming up for Trey Mills. Another one of those Florida drivers, 14th quick inside the top 10 on lap number 1 was English. How about you, race fans? 3rd quick, 1.2881, 12.881. English now 3rd.
Up next, it'll be Nick Hoffman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Currently 2nd in the Outlaw standings in the Longhorn Clements Powered, Tide Torg Racing, NOS Energy Drink, CW Trucking, Petrov Towing, Tri-Valley Equipment Sales, Runkle Construction, Bill Stein and Holland Haskell's number 9. And he'll be joined by Jason Fager in car 25. The Titan Industries, Rimtech Enterprises, Corrosion X, Digital Copy Systems, Cheap Cars, Clements Powered Longhorn. As we go on board with Fager, can he go to the top of the leaderboard? Your current Castrol and Mars points leader in car 25.
It's going to be fun. Watch out for Nick Hoffman. Quick time at a 12.683, 126.83. How about it for the high side hustler on board? It moves into the top 5, 12.886, 12886. Can Nick Hoffman go quicker? 126.83, 126.83. And how about it for the high side hustler off at turn number 4? Down the front straightaway, 3rd quick for the hustler. Jason Fager, 12805. But how about Nick Hoffman falls 126.83. The 9 is fast.
Man, this is fun. That was on board with him. As Nick Hoffman to the top, though. Up next will be Tommy Shepard Jr. out of New Berlin, Illinois. The TA's Shepard Enterprises, Shepard Auto Sales and Salvage, ML Performance, VP Racing Fuels, Rainbow Seamless Gutters, Ryan Powered Rocket XR1. 2 wins on the year, both at I-55 Raceway, and the 25W of A-Dog, Alan Weiser, and the Mr. Towitz, DR Plastics Incorporated, Titan Industries, Carmody Services, Rimtech Enterprises, Pro Power Racing Engine, Longhorn, 25 for Alan Weiser.
Good to see T6 Tommy Shepard back racing with us. Is good lap for one of those drivers.
Weiser was 12th.
Yes, 12th quick.
Yep. Tommy Shepard Jr. 19th on his first lap.
There we go, as he moves up to 14th quick. Alan Weiser 12th on that opening lap. He'll stay 12th. Tommy Shepard 14th. Still Nick Hoffman, McKay Winger, Jason Fager, Miles Moose, Tanner English.
Up next is Ashton Winger out of Hampton, Georgia in the 12, and the 57 of Matt Tift out of Cleveland, Ohio. Ashton Winger, 6 wins on the year for the driver. The Jeff Matthews Racing, Johnny Doan Plumbing, Recreational Vehicle Select, Kaiser Manufacturing, Credit Union Remarketing Solutions, Durham-powered Rocket XR1. Meanwhile, Matt Tift, 2 wins on the year at Rodham, Atlanta. The Blaster Products, Blaster Holdings, Gun Engine Degreaser, Durham-powered Longhorn for Matt Tift, the asphalt driver. He's found the light of day, Mike. He's come to dirt, and we're glad to have him here.
Could be one of the fastest 12 since Jeff Curl off turn number 4. Look out here. Good lap. Ashton Winger 11th. 1-2-9-8. How about Matt Tift?
Wow.
Move over. Look at that. Matt Tift 12-9-1-2. 12th quick for Ashton Winger. And
and Tiff got the concrete down in turns 3 and 4. Well, Matt Tiff took the 57 into the 7th final spot and the 7th fastest spot, and then he got the concrete. But how about that, DJ?
Absolutely. Real quick, guys, Matt Tift, I saw the whole thing. He just got a little high on entry down in turns 3 and 4, and you know how it is. When you get up in the cushion sucketh you into the wall here at Fairbury. That's what happened to the Cleveland, Ohio driver.
Coming up next will be Rochester, Minnesota's Dustin Sorensen in the 19, Rookie of the Year points leader with the World of Outlaws, and Ricky Thornton Jr., your Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader out of Martinsville, Indiana, the 20R team. Dustin Sorensen, the heavy hitch, Sorensen and Sorensen Painting, Paulson Rock Products, Altberg Construction, Rochester Chevrolet, CBR Drilling, Pro Power Racing Engine, Longhorn, 2022 USMTS champion, joined on the Speedway by Ricky Thornton Jr. and the Kevin Rumley Racing, Lionel Racing, Bill Stein, D&E Marine, Senior Life Insurance Company, Cornet Powered Longhorn for Ricky Thornton Jr. with 20 wins on the year.
Dustin Sorensen going to be 13th quick opening lap. Kevin Rumley was nervous about see if they could find some speed early on. With this pairing, Ricky Thornton Jr. 17th quick. Good lap for Dustin Sorensen. Moves into the top 10. How about Ricky Thornton Jr. off of turn number 4 here at Falls?
Big time improvement.
Big time 5th for Ricky Thornton Jr. 12-8-5-8. Hoffman, Winger, Fager, Moose. And how about RTJ teamed up with Kevin Rumley, moves into the top 5.
Up next it'll be Shannon Babb out of Moweaqua, Illinois in the 18B, and the 1 at Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York. Shannon Babb in the Petrov Toei, Donnelly Trucking, Dinah Gross Seeds, CJI Piping, Keeper Ultra Oil, Getty Landscaping, VP Racing Fuels, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn for car 18, joined by the Rocket 1 Racing entry of Tim McCready, the Valvoline Performance Grading, Sliver Calf Wrenches, Ace Metalworks, 5-Star Bodies, Gutters Honey, Performance Concrete, Durham Powered Rocket XR1 for Tim McCready with 1 win on the year.
Yeah, Falls could use a vintage Shannon Babb night. How does he do? Good start, 8th quick opening lap. And wow, good lap for the Watertown, New York driver, T-Mac Tim McCready, 6th quick. Babb 9th, T-Mac 6th, lap 2. How about it, race fans? Shannon Babb the 2nd, 1-2-7-9-8. McCready 7th. But how about it for the Moweaqua Missile? Shannon Babb 2nd at a 1-2-7-9-8.
Up next, Garrett Albertson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico in the 58, and the 28 of Dennis Erb Jr. out of Carpentersville, Illinois. Garrett Albertson, the Bill Sport Shop, Romer Machine and Welding, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Midwest Sheet Metal, Sonoko, Clements Powered Longhorn, a 4-time winner this year, one of those right here at Fairbury, and Dennis Erb Jr., 2 wins on the year, including Sunday night at Adams County Speedway. Brian Mack, Ideal Ready Mix, Tools Auto Sales, PRC, Kaiser Manufacturing, Fox Racing Shocks, Clements Powered Rocket XR1 for Dennis Erb Jr. Here comes Albertson.
Yeah, he looks good. Up at number 4. It was 10th quick. Good looking lap there. Dennis Erb Jr.'s had quite a bit of speed as of late. 12th quick. So 2 very consistent laps. Garrett Albertson 10th, Dennis Erb 12th, lap number 2. See how GA does. We'll go with lap 1, 12-9-04. And Dennis Erb does not improve. 10th quick for Garrett Albertson, 12th quick for Dennis Erb Jr. 2 more.
Up next, Brian Shirley out of Chatham, Illinois. Squirrel will be in the 3S and the 97 of the Thriller. Kate Dillard out of Roebling, Louisiana. Brian Shirley, the Bob Cullen Racing, Hoker Trucking, Thompson Express, VP Racing Fuels, JJ Ventures and Gaming, Ricky Lemon Motorsports, Durham Powered Rocket XR1. 2 wins, and they have come in the past month. Meanwhile, Kate Dillard in the 97 car, 7 wins on the year, 6 in the mod. 4th in Outlaw standings, that's S Fishing and Rentals, Crone Farms, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Production Jars, Johnsville Company, Strength Roofing and Siding, and Nickel Stores, all sponsors for Kate Dillard in the 97.
Shout out to Farmer City Raceway. Big win for Brian Shirley.
Wow,
second quick, 12-6-9-9. Just about to say he's been fast. And about Kate Dillard. Fast and a modified, fast and a late model, 1-2-7-8-8. Brian Shirley, 1-2-6-9-9. Does he go to the top of the charts? No. 1-2-6-9-9. But how about Kate Dillard, 1-2-7-8-8. 4 third quick. So 2 very fast race cars. Brian Shirley second, Cade Dillard third. The final 2 cars that came out in this group as well, but our fastest qualifier, Ben.
How about that? 5th fastest in Group A, McKay Winger, a 12.798. Shannon Babb, 4th fastest, 12.798 as well, but his came first and was a little bit faster. Cade Dillard, a 12.788. 3rd fastest, Brian Shirley, 2nd, 12.699. And back straightaway and front straightaway, everybody. How about it for Nick Hoffman, currently 2nd in the Outlaw standings. He is your Sonoko Race Fuels fast qualifier in Group A, a 12.683, and that was impressive, Mike, as the track really picked up late in that set.
Yeah, absolutely. The last 2 qualifiers, and even Babb, McCready, you see some of the guys at the top of the charts there. Shannon Babb, it's nice to see him get a good lap. He's going to start up front one of these heat races.
He's been so close this year, too.
Yes.
The Lucas Oil Show at Farmer City, so close. And DJ, you had a front row seat qualifying so far, living up to the billing.
You know, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, Ben, when you said a lot of times you don't really like to watch qualifying. Man, it was fun, and it's not often you see the last couple guys go out and set the 2nd and 3rd fastest time as well. Here's the other thing also. We saw the track really and truly was kind of even throughout. It wasn't necessarily better early, wasn't necessarily better late. I'm anxious to see if someone can top that 12.683 that Nick Hoffman set coming up here in Group B.
Well, we are getting the last of the Group A qualifiers, and Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying back to the pit area.
Yeah, one thing, talking about the track, you know, keeping an eye on turn number 2. I've talked to several drivers today. I said, you know, anytime they come back here or before that, you know, they were here, but they notice off of turn number 2, it's starting to flatten out just a little bit. As you come off of turn 2, sometimes for the guys that don't know or haven't quite figured it out yet, or guys that only been here once a year, starting to flatten out a little bit off of turn number 2 and kind of sucks them into the backstretch wall. So something I think throughout, not only tonight, but throughout the weekend, we'll keep our eyes on.
We're also going to keep an eye on Dustin Sorensen having to be pushed back to the pit area. Current Rookie of the Year point leader with Outlaws, and the 19 car, good qualifying effort. He'll go back and get ready for heat race action. Let's tell you who's coming out first in Sonoko Race Fuels Group B qualifying for heat races 4, 5, and 6 tonight. Your first qualifier, 3-time defending track champion here at Fairbury Speedway out of Manhattan, Illinois. It's OP Mike Spatola in car 89. The TNS Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, Lake Norman Mechanical, B&D Chemical, Country Chevrolet, Big Daddy Scrap, all sponsors on that race car. And Bobby Pearson, a backup car in car 32 out of Oakwood, Illinois. The Low Voltage Solutions, Hoker Trucking, Carnegie Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Toyota Danville, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Churchill Transport, car 32 for Bobby Pierce. 23 wins on the year, and both these drivers coming to the green flag here in Group B qualifying, presented by Sonoko Race Fuels.
And I got a feeling maybe that fast time set by Nick Hoffman maybe in jeopardy early on. 12.907 for Mike Spatola, but here comes Bobby Pierce up into number 4 down the front straightaway. 12.787. He was close. He bobbled a little bit over in 3 and 4 as well. Here he goes down the back straightaway. Second lap for Mike Spatola. 1.2907 his official lap. And he pushes just a little bit, but gets the rear end underneath him, and not quite. Quick time for Bobby Pierce. Going to be tough to beat, no doubt, Ben. 1.2787 of the backup car.
Up next, it'll be Kyle Strickler in the Z61 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. The 33-4, but for Billy Huff out of Thomasboro, Illinois. Kyle Strickler, 6 wins in the year, all in the mod. Alex Wilson Racing, Al Wilson's Gasoline Alley, Full Throttle Auto Body, and Pontiac RV sponsors on that Dargy-powered rocket chassis Z71. The 33-4 of Billy Huff out of Thomasboro, Illinois. The Pro Power Racing Engine XR1 by Ruhlman. A to Z painting and decorating entry for Billy Huff. Time to beat a 12.787.
And tongue hanging out of the Z61. He goes third quick, 13.080, 13.345 for Billy Huff. Wouldn't that be something? Alex Wilson's car getting the 12 bracket. Come on, Kyle Strickler. We need a 12 of the Z61. 13.080. He was close. 1.3080. And Billy Huff, the A to Z painting 33-4 out of Thomasboro. 13.345. 1.2787. The time to beat by Bobby Pierce.
Milano, Oregon's Justin Duty in the 15 up next with the 19M of Spencer Hughes out of Causeyville, Mississippi. Justin Duty, the Don Frank Force, First Class Septic, Darren and Mardell Williams, Jeff Stewart Trucking, Robert Speed Company, Wilds Drive Shaft 15D. In the 19M car of Spencer Hughes, the JCM Motorsports Yellowhammer Design Construction, Neon Bubbles Car Wash, Climber Tank Glass, the Mercantile Don Miller, VP Racing Fuels, and Boswell Oil. All sponsors for Spencer Hughes in the 19M, a 5-time winner this year in that Rocket XR1.
See how Justin Duty can do. He's had a good weekend with the Mars Championship Series. Good year with him, actually. Off turn number 4, good lap. 13.176, 13.176. And good lap for Spencer Hughes. 12.976 at a 129.76. And we've got a lot of cars qualified. We're still getting that 12 mark. Duty at 12.987. Justin Duty, 129.87. And how about Spencer Hughes, third quick, 12.952. Pierce, Spatola, Hughes, Duty, your top 4.
Up next, Garrett Smith out of Eatonton, Georgia, along with the 18 of Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Garrett Smith, the Atlanta Paving and Concrete, Senior Life Construction, Terminal Maintenance Construction, VP Racing Fuels, Boswell Oil, the world famous Cadillac Ranch. Car number 10 for Garrett Smith, the Senior Life Insurance entry. 1 win on the year for that driver, joined by the 18D of Dalton Wilson, the Ratliff Racing, Great Lee Farms, ICS, MGL Auto Sales, Keller Construction Outlet, Auto Outlet, and Buddha by Bert, all sponsors in the 18 car. And getting word that Strickler was light at the scale, so he'll be DQ'd, but we got a new driver at the top of the leaderboard. It's Garrett Smith in a 12.748.
Holy smokes, 12748. Yeah, Strickler's a little lighter, so might not have compensated there. I don't think it was that much. 13.148. Garrett Smith, quick time, race fans. How about it for Garrett Smith? 12748, 12748. So we got a new fast qualifier, number 10, Garrett Smith is a 12748, and Spencer Hughes fourth quick at a 12.952.
Up next, Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas, the 1T, and the 24 of Ryan Unziker, the Gremlin out of El Paso, Illinois. Tyler Erb, the bulk materialist, Sonoko Racing Fuels, First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, Langenfelter Mechanical Contractors, Cummins Powered Rocket Chassis, 15 wins on the year. And he'll be joined on the Speedway by the 24 of Ryan Unziker, the Low Voltage Solutions, RJR Transportation, Mosquito Hero, KDM Services, Big City Automotive, Pro Power Racing Engine, and Big Custom Chassis. A 3-time winner this year is Ryan Unziker, the 2022 Mars champion.
These two have seen each other on the Speedway at the Fairbury Speedway. Tyler Erb, 13.118, 13118 off 4. Ryan Unziker, hammer down off of turn number 4. Unziker will be 10th quick. Come on, Turbo, off turn number 4. The fun tour continues at Falls. 7th quick, 13.118, 13118 is official lap. And how about Ryan Unziker off of turn number 4? Moves up 1. 9th quick at 13.247. Erb 7th, Unziker 9th. Still Garrett Smith, 12748.
Up next, the 1-time winner this year, Jake Little in the 38J out of Springfield, Illinois, and the 75 of Daniel Adam out of Peru, Illinois. Jake Little, the Brandt's Professional Agriculture, Tammy's Treasures and Antiques, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Roberts Automotive, Pro Power Racing Engine, Rocket XR1, the 38J, currently 3rd in the Fairbury Speedway track standings. And the 75 of Daniel Adam in that new Longhorn race car, Pro Power Racing Engine under the hood. The Adam Family Motorsports Mobilization Funding, RLM Enterprises, Justin L. Langdon Electrical, and the Restore Warehouse, all sponsors for Daniel Adam.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on, too, if they go back down to that. I think if they take a lap on the top and then a lap on the bottom, I think that bottom groove may come in here. We'll keep our eyes on that. 10th quick for Jake Little, 13.500. Daniel Adam at 13.613. But it's about that time of the night where one driver ventures down to the bottom and picks up a lot of speed. 9th quick for Jake Little at 13.321. At Daniel Adams, we talked about him. He led some laps this weekend. In car 75, he moves up to 6th, 13.114. Still chasing Garrett Smith, 12.748.
Kyle Hammer out of Clinton, Illinois, up next in the 45, and the 8 of Dylan McCowan out of Urbana, Missouri. Kyle Hammer in car 45, the Troy Page Excavating, Illini Pride Automotive, Shepherd Auto Salvage, Precision Recovery, Elite Contracting Services, Allgaier Advanced Shocks, all sponsors on that. Durham Longhorn number 45 for Kyle Hammer. Dylan McCowan out of Urbana, Missouri. The Sonic, Pomeroy Services, BLC Transportation, Empire Energy, Elite Construction, and Heritage Tractor, all sponsors for the 2-time winner this year, Dylan McCowan. Kyle Hammer, good lap, 6th fastest. How about that, Mike?
I got to have my microphone on. 6th quick for Kyle Hammer and Dylan McCowan, 11th quick. Yes.
Makes a difference.
Hammer time. Off 4. 45 has been, he's had a solid year. 4th quick, 12.936, 12936. And 9th quick for Dylan McCowan, 13.153. But how about Kyle Hammer, Fairbury Speedway, 12936. Garrett Smith, Pierce, Spatola, Hammer, Hughes, top 5.
Battling for the reputation of who gets the Reaper here this weekend at Fairbury. Ryan Gustin in the 19R out of Marshalltown, Iowa, and he is joined by the 122 car of Timmy Dick out of Monticello, Illinois. Ryan Gustin, 6 wins on the year. The Allen Seamless Gutters, People's Company, Carl Chevrolet, Bill Stein Performance Bodies, May Properties, Cooney Motorsports, J. Dickens Powered, Infinity by Wells Race Car, and the 122 of Timmy Dick. Finish Line Transportation, Miles Brothers Bacon Tasting, I love that. Mackey Ryan Funeral Homes of Monticello, Ryan Powered Rocket XR1 for Timmy Dick.
7th quick for the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. And Timmy Dick's got a little work to do. 13th quick, 7th quick for the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, as he works it off at turn number 4. He's been very consistent as of late. 7th quick for Ryan Gustin. And off turn number 4, Timmy Dick is 13th quick, 7th for Ryan Gustin.
Coming up next will be the 22M of Mad Max McLaughlin out of Mooresville, North Carolina, and Marcel's, Illinois, Mike Provenzano in the M27. Max McLaughlin, the Longhorn Race Car, Victory Circle Auto Sales, Mohawk Northeast, Victory Fuel, All Gambler Transport, all sponsors. The driver currently 11th in the World of Outlaw standings, and he is joined by the M27 of Mike Provenzano out of Marcel's, Illinois, the Pierce Platinum Pro Power Racing Engine, Pitbull Motorsport Design, Country Automotive, GNR Cab Company, StoreAndDoor.com entry for Mike Provenzano.
Max McLaughlin, another driver trying to work down to the inside of the Speedway. It'll be 12th quick for the 22 off turn number 4. Provenzano, 17th quick at M27. Now Max going to work through the middle of the Speedway. And he will not improve. So Max 12th quick. And Mike Provenzano, 17th quick, still chasing Garrett Smith, 1:27.48, the time to beat.
Up next, out of Towanda, Illinois, to be Donnie Walden, the 1W, the 99 Junior, Frank Heckenus Jr. out of Frankfort, Illinois. Currently 4th in the Fairbury Speedway standings. The Farmer City point leader, Donnie Walden, the Walden Automotive and Tire Creative Kitchens and Baths, 1W, joined on Speedway by the 99 Junior. I think that's an Indy Custom for Walden. The 99 Junior, Frank Heckenus Jr., the Storage Squares USA, Indy U Pull It, NerdOval66.com, Penfold Towing, Capital Signs, Ryan Powered Longhorn for Frank Heckenus Jr. and the 99 Junior.
Trying to get some power to the ground. He slipped up off of turn number 2, did the 1W of Donnie Walden, 12th quick. And good lap for Frank Heckenus Jr. Moves him into the top 10, 9th quick. We'll see how Donnie Walden does. Does not improve. Walden 13th quick. How about Frank Heckenus Jr. off of turn number 4? Good lap, 6th quick for Frank Heckenus Jr. 12.985. He moves inside the top 10. 6th quick for Frank Heckenus Jr.
Up next, it'll be Stephen Roberts out of Sylvester, Georgia, in the 111, and the 93 of Carson Ferguson out of Lincolnton, North Carolina. Stephen Roberts running a limited schedule once again this year. He stays busy at Roberts Speed Companies in the 111, Clements Powered Longhorn, sponsored by Lennox River Ranch and KBC Graphics. Also on the Speedway, the 93 of Chris Ferguson, the Longhorn chassis by Leslie Page, Cornet Lightning, Hoopaw, played Carson Ferguson, not Chris. They're back-to-back, though. Hoopaw Grady Company, Franklin Enterprises, WP Racing Shocks, and Coleman Farms Racing. 93 of Carson Ferguson, a 3-time winner this year.
I think they're related to 6 quick for Carson Ferguson, 1:29.75, 1:29.75. And the 111 is 20th quick for Stephen Roberts, and problems for the Lincolnton, North Carolina driver. Jumps the cushion, but Carson Ferguson moves into the top 10. 6th quick. Frank Heckenus 7th. Justin Duty, Ryan Gustin, and Daniel Adam, your top 10. Garrett Smith, Bobby Pierce, Mike Spatola, your top 3.
Coming up next, it'll be Chris Ferguson.
There we go.
Mount Holly, North Carolina, the 22. And he'll be joined by the 74X of Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. Chris Ferguson, the Live Oak Aesthetics and Family Dentistry, Patriot Meat Processing, Spartan Transportation, Spray Foam Technology, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Clements Powered Longhorn. For Chris Ferguson, 8th in the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series standings. The 74X car of Ethan Dotson, a one-time winner this year in the ASD Motorsports SRI, American Racing Pro Series, Torco Racing Oils, Clements Powered Berry Ride for Ethan Dotson.
Plume of smoke coming out of the back of the Double Deuce. Over there in number 3 and 4, 18th quick. Ethan Dotson, 13th quick. It's a good lap for Ethan Dotson. Fergie now going to try through the middle of the Speedway. Does not improve. 19th quick for Chris Ferguson, and Ethan Dotson will try the same route. He does not improve. 13th for Ethan Dotson. And once again, Chris Ferguson, 19th quick.
Up next, Cade Loudy out of Rogersville, Tennessee, in the 126 and the 90. A flying Brian Rickman out of Columbus, Mississippi. Cade Loudy, the Rogersville Seamless Guttering Incorporated, Woodhouse Chevrolet, Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Shocks, and B&B Suspension Otis Property Management, all sponsors for the Masters built with Ryan Power for Cade Loudy. And the 90 of Flying, Brian Rickman, the Rocket XR1, Jay Dickens powered, Go Farm Posse, Advanced Logistics, Tommy Surratt Trucking, 450 Package Store, and Huck's Place, all sponsors for the one-time winner this year, Brian Rickman in car 90.
Check in on Cade Loudy as he brings it up into number 4. Good looking race car right there. He will be 24th quick at a 13.464. And Brian Rickman right behind him, 25th quick at 13.774.
A little bit of smoke coming out of the back of Cade Loudy's car. We'll keep an eye on that.
Smelled that, but he had a good lap.
Yeah, he did.
Moved up to 14th quick. Nice improvement there, 13.177. And Brian Rickman, I believe, 13.608. Yes, but a good improvement. On second lap for Cade Loudy, moves him up to 14th quick.
Coming up next, it'll be Chase Younghands out of Manhattan, Kansas, in car number 18. The 31 of Tyler Millwood out of Kingston, Georgia. Chase Younghands in the Bozarth Ford, Grant Petroleum, Integra Racing, Shocks Kaiser Manufacturing, car number 18. And he is joined on the track by the 31 of Tyler Millwood. One win on the year for that driver. Came at Dixie Speedway, the competition racing equipment, Gray's Mobile Service, Gray's Tarpon Services, Solutions, Millwood Plumbing, and 2-3 Collective, all sponsors of the Machine Construction Company. 31 for Tyler Millwood, the 2017 Ultimate Late Model Series champion.
Good looking race car right here in car number 18, Chase Younghands, 22nd quick, 13.338, 133.38. And Tyler Millwood, 26th quick at 13.505, 13505. See if Younghands can improve. The Manhattan, Kansas driver does. A couple of positions, 2 to be exact. 13.281, 13281. And Tyler Millwood jumps right over him. Millwood will be 20th quick at 13.270. 21st quick is Chase Younghands at 13.281. Still, Garrett Smith, Bobby Pierce, Mike Spatola, Kyle Hammer, Spencer Hughes. Just a handful of qualifiers left.
Up next, Decorah, Iowa, is Tyler Bruning in the 16 and the B5 of Brandon Shepard out of New Berlin, Illinois. Tyler Bruning and the Longhorn Clements powered Skyline Motorsports, Bruning Rock Products, Bennett Explosives, Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, along with Base Fuels, Truck Country, all sponsors on Tyler Bruning 16, the B5 of Brandon Shepard, your current World of Outlaws points leader, 4-time series champion, the Shepard Riggs Racing, Longhorn Factory, Dude Wipes, Bill Stein, Coleman Farms Racing, Riggs Drilling Solutions, B5.
I was just going to say, I need some Dude Wipes here. We're going to go full screen and watch it, but I think he's got about a quick time. Not quite. Good lap. 9th quick for Brandon Shepard. I heard some problems for the B5 of Brandon Shepard as he finishes up.
Hey, Mike, and actually, Tiffany, can we go full screen on Brandon Shepard? As I understand out there in the great world of social media, look over Sheppy's left shoulder. You see all those wires, you see the box. That is part of the controls for our onboard camera. That is not traction control. It's not data acquisition. It is not the great conspiracy theory of 2024. Let it go, people. That's what it is. That's the controls for our in-car cameras. You're going to see it on Jason Fager's car, too. Just wanted to debunk that right now.
Ben and I are actually driving the car from up here, that's that's what's going on. Yeah.
That's why he struggled on that last lap, because I pushed the wrong button.
Whoops,
so.
my bad.
Up next, it'll be Tricky Tristan Chamberlain of the 20 TC, the Gibson Racing, Keg Sewer Nozzles, Pardo's Towing Service, Spec Racing Engine, Longhorn, 14th the World of Outlaw standings, and Devin Moran, the 99, the Roger Sellers Motorsports, Double Down Racing, Big River Steel, Bill Stein, McHugh Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, and Ram Cornet, powered Longhorn for Devin Moran, fresh off a Silver Dollar Nationals title.
Well, we missed Tyler Bruning. He was 12th quick. How about Devin Moran? 3rd quick for Devin Moran. We'll come back to Tricky Tristan Chamberlain, but Devin Moran, 3rd quick. There's some speed in the racetrack still. 99. Devin Moran goes 3rd quick as he was our final qualifier. It was Garrett Smith, Bobby Pierce, Devin Moran, 3rd quick and our final qualifier. And real quick, checking in on the 20, Tristan Chamberlain. He was 25th quick. Ben? Wow.
Well, that is going to wrap up Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying. Garrett Smith, your fast qualifier in Group B, a 12.748, but your overall fast qualifier in Sonoko Race Fuels qualifying came out of Group A, a 12.683. As we take a look at those broken clouds outside of turns 1 and 2, we're going to step aside and thank some marketing partners. When we come back, we're going to hear from Michael Rigsby, Derek Kessinger, and the gang as we get ready for heat race action here, the 5th annual One for the Road, presented by I-Beam Sliding Doors from here at Fairbury Speedway. We'll be right back.
In the market for custom race shirts? Struggling with who to call? Look no further. Impact Race Gear's team of top-notch artists and Next Level Printing make it easy to see that Impact Race Gear has the right combination for simply awesome race shirts. We provide shirts and merchandise for the entire motorsports industry, from late models to sprint cars to modifieds, dirt or asphalt. Just take